For Rancho Cucamonga, Quakes Baseball. Brought to you in part by the Ontario Airport Marriott, Vineyard Bank, Charter Media, Galliano Winery, the City of Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sprint, Chipotle, Red Roof Inn, the City of Rancho Cucamonga, Allstate Insurance, Farmer John, Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and NationwideSurveys.com. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. Now, here's the voice of the Quakes, Rob Sinclair.
Well, thank you very much, and indeed, here we are. Arrowhead Credit Union Park is the setting where this evening the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes will look to finish up this three-game series with the Inland Empire 66ers by taking 2 out of 3 against their rivals to the east tonight. Quakes send the right-hander Nick Adenhart to the hill in the rubber match of this three-game series. Fans, good evening to you. My name is Rob Sinclair, coming to you live from here in San Bernardino. Last night, a loss for the Quakes, snapping their little 2-game mini winning streak, as the Quakes never led in last night's ballgame, falling by a final count of 4-2. Fernando Rodriguez went the distance, turned in a nice start for the Quakes, went all 8 innings that the Quakes were in the field, but gave up 4 key extra base hits, which led to the 4 runs for Inland Empire. Gave up a couple of home runs, a solo shot to Omar Falcone in the second, and one to Casey Craig in the sixth. Then in the third, gave up a leadoff double to J.B. Tucker. He would come in to score on a single. And in the fourth, a one-out triple to Jack Arroyo. He would come in to score on an error. So you look at those 4 extra base hits, the 2 home runs, a double, and a triple. You know, Rodriguez only gave up 7 hits in 8 innings, but those 4 went for extra bases. They all came around to score, and that was really the difference in last night's ballgame. Quakes offensively got nothing going against Justin Jordan, the right-hander, he went 5 innings, gave up only a hit and a walk in terms of base runners. A couple of guys did reach on errors, but 5 scoreless innings for Jordan, a hit, a walk, and a season-high 5 strikeouts, as he got his third one of the year, improved to 3-4. Quakes started to chip away a little bit in the 7th. Got a couple of infield singles and a walk with one away to load the bases. Josh LeBlanc flied out, then Nate Sutton drew a bases-loaded walk to force in a run. That made it 4-1. But Freddy Sandoval grounded out to end the inning. Then in the 8th, Ron Rodriguez led off with a walk, went from first to third on a single, scored on a sacrifice fly. That brought the Quakes within 4-2. And with Pat Riley at second there in the 8th inning with 2 away, Cliff Remley came off the bench to pinch hit a little fly ball into shallow center field, and Brent Johnson came racing in, made a diving, tumbling catch to take away a hit. It would have definitely been an RBI, may have gotten Remley to second, because if Johnson lets that ball drop in front of him, then perhaps he makes a throw home, and who knows, maybe Remley is able to go to third on the throw, or excuse me, go to second on the throw. But Johnson made that catch, kept it a 4-2 game. Quakes, they had technically they had a chance in the 9th, had got a 1-out single from Josh LeBlanc, had the tying runs at the plate a couple of times. Nate Sutton hit into a fielder's choice for the second out, however, and Freddy Sandoval grounded out for the final out as a potential tying run at the plate. So it was one of those games. You know, you chalk it up and you say that's baseball, and sometimes, you know, a guy who hasn't had a lot of success like Justin Jordan will go out and throw 5 shutout innings of 1-hit baseball, and you can't really explain it. And well, that's baseball. That's the baffling thing about this sport, but you're trying to hit a round ball with a round bat. So, you know, there's some room for not understanding how this game works sometimes, you know, inherent in taking the field and watching a game. So, Quakes last night fall by a final count of 4-2. As we mentioned tonight, Quakes send the right-hander Nick Adenhart to the hill. Adenhart coming off of a loss in his last start, has a record of 2-1 and a 5.23 earned run average. He'll be opposed by Inland Empire right-hander Aaron Jensen, who is 1-6 with a 7.51 earned run average this year. Opponents are hitting .330 against Aaron Jensen, so perhaps a good opportunity for the Quakes to take 2 out of 3 from Inland Empire and get this week-long road trip started off on a positive note by winning this series. Fans, we'll go ahead and step aside right now. First pitch coming up in technically 7 minutes, so it'll probably be more like 10, because it's be a rare situation if they got this ball game started on time here in San Bernardino. So for right now, why don't we go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. We'll come back, take a look at what happened in the California League last night, go through the standings, and we'll also pass along a couple of big league scores that affect us with the Angels in action earlier today against Kansas City. We'll take a look at what happened in that ball game. So right now we'll go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. When we come back, a look at the standings throughout the California League and a look at the action from last night. That's coming up in 1 minute. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 2 Cold Stone Creamery buy 2 get 2 free coupons, and a voucher for a free on-demand movie from Charter Media. All for just $38. The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is available May 26th, June 16th, June 30th, and August 25th. For more information, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes for the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
Welcome back to Arrowhead Credit Union Park as Bobby Mitchell for the Quakes and Gary Thurman of the Inland Empire 66ers are exchanging the lineup cards out at home plate. Let's take a look at what happened around the California League last night. Obviously, the Quakes lost 4-2 up in Modesto. Bakersfield and Modesto split a doubleheader. Bakersfield winning game 1 3-0 before the Nuts came back and took game 2 7-3. Lake Elsinore held off a late rally from Lancaster to win that one by a final count of 8-6. Cesar Ramos with the win for the Storm, and the save goes to Neil Jamison, his 22nd of the year. Visalia blew out San Jose 10-2. Jonathan Barrett with his 5th win of the year, and Stockton double up High Desert up in Adelanto by a final count of 8-4. Kenny DeRoss, the former Helena Brewer, with his 2nd win of the season, as he hung the loss on Luis Cota, who dropped to 4-9. So that means the standings look like this in the California League. Lake Elsinore sitting pretty with a 2.5 game lead on Inland Empire. The Storm 17-11, 66ers 14-13. So Lake Elsinore 2.5 up on the Sixers. Of course, the Sixers already won the first half title. They are into the playoffs no matter what. High Desert, even at 500, 14-14 in the second half. They're 3 out, but they have lost 5 in a row. Then Lancaster, 12-15, 4.5 out. Rancho Cucamonga, 12-17, 5.5 games out of first. But still, we're not even into August yet. There's still plenty of time for the Quakes to get this turned around. So in the Southern Division, Lake Elsinore 17-11, a 2.5 game lead on Inland Empire. In the Northern Division, Visalia 18-10, a half-game lead on San Jose. One score to quickly pass along from the major leagues. We'll take a look at all the big league action later on this afternoon. But Jared Weaver became the first rookie in 25 years today to win his first 7 starts as the Angels defeat Kansas City by a final score of 3-1. So congratulations to the former Quake Jared Weaver. He moves to 7-4. K-Rod Francisco Rodriguez, the former Quake, got his 25th save. A final score from Kansas City, Angels 3 and the Royals 1. Fans, let's go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. We'll come back, take a look at the starting lineups, and have the first pitch in this one. Quakes and the Sixers in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Coming up in 1 minute, you're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
there you hear the end of our national anthem, and now first pitch coming up in just a couple of minutes as the right-hander Aaron Jensen will begin his warm-up tosses. And as he gets ready, let's take a look at how the Quakes will line up against him. Again, Rancho Cucamonga coming in with a record of 12-17 in the second half, 44-55 overall. Leading things off for the Quakes, the designated hitter Nate Sutton. Then it's the third baseman Freddy Sandoval, and the shortstop Sean Rodriguez will hit third. In the middle of the order, Michael Collins, the catcher, is back behind the plate. He'll hit fourth. The first baseman, Cliff Remley, making his first start in close to a week, although he did pinch hit yesterday. Went 0-for-1, had his 6-game hitting streak come to an end, but Remley gets the start today at first base. Remo hits fifth, batting sixth, and playing left field is Pat Riley. In the bottom third of the order, Cody Fuller is the right-handed hitting right fielder. He'll bat seventh, hitting eighth, and making his first start of the series is Ryan Leahy. He's at second base. And then rounding things out in the 9-hole, the center fielder, Josh LeBlanc. So again, for the Quakes, they go with Sutton, Sandoval, and Rodriguez, Collins, Remley, and Riley, followed by Fuller, Leahy, and LeBlanc. And the starter today for the Quakes, the right-hander, Nick Adenhart. So there's part one of the starting lineup. So we'll give you part two in the bottom half of this first inning. As Aaron Jensen, the right-hander, begins his warm-up tosses. Aaron Jensen, a right-hander from Springville, Utah, 6'2", 180 pounds. Just 22 years old, a 19th round pick back in 2003. Spent all of last season down with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers in Appleton, Wisconsin, down in the Midwest League. Aaron Jensen has struggled in 13 starts this season. He also missed some time with an injury on the DL for basically a month for Inland Empire earlier on in the first half. On the year, Aaron Jensen 1-6 with a 7.51 earned run average. That is in 13 previous starts. So we'll run through the numbers on him. 44 in a third inning. He has given up 37 earned runs and 60 hits in 44 and a third. That translates to a .330 opponent's batting average. Has a fair number of strikeouts, but not really what you would call overpowering. 33 strikeouts in 44 and a third for Jensen. And the command, not the best. 33 strikeouts with 25 walks for Aaron Jensen. So we'll see if the Quakes can get some base runners, maybe get some guys in. Again, they have not had a whole lot of offense in the first two games of this series. Managed just 2 runs on 5 hits yesterday, and that was after they won on Friday night, despite only getting 3 runs. And all 3 runs came in the third inning. So the Quakes have only scored in 3 of the 16 innings, of the 18 innings that they have played so far. That three runs in the third back on Friday, then 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th last night. We'll see if they can turn that around and do some damage early here in the first. As Jensen is ready to go, first offering a fastball for a called strike one. Now we are underway at 6:13 this evening as Nate Sutton is in from the left side. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. The 0-1. Here's a little looper in on the hands and caught by the second baseman Jack Arroyo as he came charging in. Sutton, it's a little cross between a liner and a pop-up. Is the second baseman Arroyo, and that's the first out here in the top of the first. Umpires tonight, Bradley Lawhead calling balls and strikes, and Matt Hensel is on the base path. As Freddy Sandoval will stand in from the left side. Sandoval, the switch hitter, batting .278, 4 homers, 36 RBIs. Fastball upstairs, and the count 1-0. Quakes opting for the blue tops today. Blue tops, gray pants, black caps, black shoes, and socks. Fastball missed inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Inland Empire, as usual, here at Arrowhead Credit Union Park, decked out in the home whites. White jerseys, white pants, blue caps with a silver brims, and black shoes and socks. Fastball outside corner, and 2-1 on Freddy Sandoval. A pretty sparse crowd here on a hot and sticky Sunday afternoon/early evening. This one fouled off over the screen and onto the roof off to our left. We'll roll back down, and the count even at 2-2. Game time temperature 103.6. 2-2 in on the hands. This one taken in the air, shallow right field. Chris Colton coming in. He'll make the catch. That one hung up just long enough for Colton to get under it. And 2 early outs for Aaron Jensen here in the top of the first. No score. And here's the all-star shortstop, Sean Rodriguez, with the bases empty. We'll set up that Inland Empire defense for you. Begin in the outfield. Josh Womack in left, Casey Craig in center, and Chris Colton in right. So Womack, Craig, and Colton left to right in the outfield. Give you the infield in just a second as Rodriguez digs in from the right side. First pitch from Jensen. Fastball for a strike in the count 0-1. On the infield, Brent Johnson at third base. He's an outfielder by trade, but handling the hot corner today. Luis Valbuena plays short. On the right side, Jack Arroyo plays second. Reed Eastley is at first, and the catcher is Luis Oliveros, the veteran. Curveball swung on and missed by Sean Rodriguez, and the count 0-2. Oliveros setting up outside. That was a fastball that was up in the zone, and Sean Rodriguez just barely missed it, ripped it back foul to the screen. And the count remains 0-2. Rodriguez having an awesome offensive season. 311 average, 20 home runs, 63 RBIs, leads the Quakes in all 3 categories. The fastball upstairs, and the count 1-2. Outfield straight away on Rodriguez. Oliveros setting up outside again. This one in the air, foul down the right field side. Over onto the grassy berm as a couple of fans, one young, one old, will chase after it, and experience wind out. The guy came down from the picnic area. Here's the 1-2. Curveball called strike 3 on the inside corner. And Sean Rodriguez goes down looking. First strikeout of the day for Aaron Jensen. And that does it for the Quakes. They go in order here in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the bottom of the first we go. Our score, Quakes nothing, and the Sixers coming up.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Fans, for all your real estate needs, call Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-373-1768. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call on the name you can trust. Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. With multiple offices to serve the Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County areas, they can help you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing. That's Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. Call them at 909-373-1768. Again, 909-373-1768.
Bottom of the first, and the right-hander Nick Adenhart has finished his warm-up tosses. Let's take a look at how Inland Empire will line up against the young right-hander. 66ers 14-13 in the second half. First half champions in the Southern Division, and Inland Empire 53-44 overall. Leading it off for the Sixers, the third baseman Brent Johnson. Then the shortstop Luis Valbuena, and the first baseman Reed Eastley will hit third. In the middle of the order, Chris Colton is the cleanup man. He's in right field. The center fielder Casey Craig bats fifth. Hitting sixth and playing second base is Jack Arroyo. In the bottom third of the order, Luis Oliveros is catching today. He bats seventh. The left fielder, Josh Womack, hits eighth, and rounding things out in the nine-hole, the designated hitter, J.B. Tucker. As Adenhart opens with a fastball strike at the knees on Brent Johnson. And the count, 0-1. So again for the Sixers, Johnson, Valbuena, and Eastley. Colton, Craig, and Arroyo, followed by Oliveros, Womack, and Tucker. And the starter, of course, is Aaron Jensen, as Johnson chops one to his counterpart at third base, Freddy Sandoval. He comes charging in, makes an easy play. Score that one 5-3, and that's the first out for Nick Adenhart. It comes on 2 pitches here in the bottom of the first. Tell you about Nick Adenhart, right-hander from Silver Springs, Maryland, just outside Frederick, Maryland. Not my all-time favorite city in the world, mainly because the Frederick Keys beat my club in the Carolina League Championship game last year. As Luis Valbuena tried to bunt his way on, left it foul up the third base side after that one rolled about 30 feet away from home plate. And the count 0-1. Adenhart said he actually, I brought that up to Adenhart. I said, how close are you to Frederick? He said, 10, 15 minutes. And I brought it up to him that I was not really a big fan of Frederick and Harry Grove Stadium. And he laughed. He's like, I went to those games all the time growing up. So I pitched in that stadium a few times. So we shared a laugh about it. But in case you can't tell, I'm still not over losing the Carolina League Championship last year. Fastball fouled off by Valbuena in the count 0-2. But enough about that. Let's talk about Adenhart. 6'3", 185 pounds, a 14th round pick out of high school back in 2004. On the windup, the 0-2 to Valbuena. Big curveball, missed outside, the count 1-2. Adenhart had outstanding numbers down in Cedar Rapids. 10-2 with a 1.95 earned run average. Made the Midwest League All-Star team, obviously, with numbers like that. You'd hope that he would make the All-Star team. Swung on and fouled onto the roof after I left by Valbuena, still 1-2. Adenhart has made 4 starts for the Quakes, 2-1 with a 5.23 earned run average. He's given up 12 earned runs and 22 hits in 20 2/3 innings. There's the 1-2. Swung on, a little tapper foul at the plate. And it remains a ball and 2 strikes on Luis Valbuena. Nick Adenhart, 17 strikeouts in 20 2/3 with 7 walks. So better than a 2-to-1 ratio of strikeouts to walks in a Quakes uniform. And California League hitters batting .272 against him. There's the 1-2, curveball. Hold on 2 hops to the second baseman, Ryan Leahy. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 4-3. And 2 quick outs for Adenhart here in the bottom of the first. No score, bases empty, and here's the number 3 hitter, Reed Eastley. Set up the Quakes defensively for you. Start of the outfield, Pat Riley in left, Josh LeBlanc in center, Cody Fuller in right. So Riley, LeBlanc, and Fuller, left to right in the outfield. Give you the infield in just a second as Eastley is in from the left side. First pitch, fastball, low and outside, and the count 1-0. On the infield for the Quakes, Freddy Sandoval at third, Sean Rodriguez at short. On the right side, Ryan Leahy plays second, Cliff Remley plays first, and the catcher is Michael Collins. 1-0, fastball down low, 2 balls and no strikes. Reed Eastley from Puerto Rico originally. He's batting .271 this year, 4 home runs and 47 runs batted in. There's the 2-0. Fastball outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Gary Thurman looking on from the third base coach's box, the manager for Inland Empire. His hitting coach, Rafael Santo Domingo, coaching first as usual. 3-0. Upstairs, and that's ball 4. So Adenhart got a couple of easy ground balls from the first 2 hitters. Now loses Eastley on 4 pitches. First walk of the game for Nick Adenhart, and that will keep this first inning alive for the right fielder, Chris Colton.
Right fielder number 21, Chris Colton.
Colton hitting .240 as he stands in from the right side for the Sixers. 4 home runs, 25 RBIs. And the fastball missing down low, and the count 1-0. Outfield around towards right, looking for Colton to go the other way. Wind blowing stiffly out towards right field. There's a sharp one-hopper pass to diving Freddy Sandoval at third base. That's through into left field. Colton with a single. Eastley goes to second. And 2 on with 2 out for the center fielder, Casey Craig. First hit of the game for either club.
Here's center fielder number 11, Casey Craig.
Casey Craig has done nothing but hit since coming up to the California League. Craig in 22 games for the Sixers, batting .376. 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in. First offering from Adenhart out of the stretch. There's a strike at the knee with the count 0-1. It's a nice day visually for baseball here in San Bernardino. 0-1. A bunt and a good one up the third base line. Adenhart will field it and will just hold the ball. And that's the right decision. Casey Craig surprised everybody. Bunting with 2 away here in the bottom of the first. He gets a single out of it. And now the bases are loaded just like that. Reed Easley goes to third. Colton to second. Craig now at first. And Inland Empire has gotten 3 straight base runners. It started with a 4-pitch walk to Easley. Then the single to Colton and the bunt by Craig. So they're loaded up for Jack Arroyo. He stands in for the right side. Right-hander against right-hander. Adenhart still from the stretch. Starts with a curveball here and drops it in on the outside corner. The count 0-1. Jack Arroyo batting .324. No home runs and 10 RBIs. 0-1. Another curve. This one upstairs. The count is even at a ball and a strike. No score here in the bottom of the first. But Inland Empire is certainly threatening. 1-1. Sounded like a broken bat. Slow roller to the right side. Jumping over the ball is Craig. Fielded by Leahy, and the throw to first gets Jack Arroyo. 1 second baseman to the other. And Nick Adenhart works into trouble, then breaks the bat and gets out of trouble as Inland Empire leaves them loaded here in the bottom of the first. Sixers get no runs on 2 hits. No Quakes errors, and 3 are left. We're through 1 inning. Go to the second in a scoreless ball game here in San Bernardino.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with their baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with them through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Visit them today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rate.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Nice floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should have come down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Top of the second in a scoreless ball game, and the middle third of the order due up for the Quakes. Michael Collins, Flip Remley, and then Pat Riley, 4, 5, and 6 for Rancho Cucamonga against the right-hander Aaron Jensen. Out of the windup, first offering. Overhand fastball for a strike on the inside corner, and the count 0-1. Michael Collins batting .294. 6 homers and 62 runs batted in. 0-1. This one in the air. Medium right field. Chris Colton over near the line. And will make the catch with a couple of steps to spare in fair ground. Collins flies out to right, and that's the first out here in the top of the second. Fans, want to remind you that Quake Baseball is brought to you in part by Chili's Bar and Grill in Rancho Cucamonga, located just down the street from the epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, 10598 Foothill Boulevard, the address. Enjoy the atmosphere inside or the convenience of Chili's to go. That's Chili's. Live a little. Cliff Remley is in from the left side. Fastball strike at the knees, and the count 0-1. Good to see Remo back in the lineup, hitting .299, and this one ripped off the glove of a leaping Jack Arroyo and into right field. Remley hammered the fastball right there and gets the Quakes' first hit of the ball game as Arroyo gave it everything he had, made a leaping attempt there at second, and got the very top tip of his webbing on that ball and just could not control it. As Remley delivers the base hit, and the Quakes with a base runner for the first time today against the right-hander Aaron Jensen. I'll take Remley's average back up to 300 with that hit right there. Here's Pat Riley looking at a fastball for a called strike one. Riley hitting .262, 7 home runs, and 40 runs batted in. Oliveros with outside target, and that curveball got away from Aaron Jensen, ended up hitting Pat Riley on the leg. That was after it bounced in the dirt. That one gets a piece of Pat Riley. He's hit by the pitch. And now the Quakes with runners at first and second, and only one out. Cliff Remley into scoring position. Riley aboard at first, and we'll see what Cody Fuller can do. No score here in this ball game. Again, the finale of a 3-game series. Quakes won on Friday night 3-2, then lost 4-2 last night. Right-hander against right-hander. Jensen from the stretch. Check of the runners. First offering a curveball down and away to Cody Fuller in the count 1-0. Cody hitting .296. 4 home runs and 27 runs batted in. Check of the runners by Jensen. Another curveball. This one wrapped foul up the third base side off the facing of the Sixers dugout. As Brent Johnson, the third baseman, will range over into foul ground, pick it up, and toss it to a fan in the seats. Count even, a 1-1 on Cody Fuller. There's a fastball swung on off the top of the netting and into some empty seats in front of us. A couple of the super fans going after it, and hey, the Angels super fan got it. Attaboy. You to see somebody wearing the garb of the parent club who comes away with it. He'll toss it to somebody else.
I'm going to win now.
Oh, those two are having a competition over there. Fastball outside, and it's 2-2. Yeah, they've got enough empty seats to choose from. I mean, off to our right, there are 4 sections that don't have a soul in them except for those two. This one popped up, foul ground. Oliveros with the mask off, trying to make a sliding catch, and it's off the screen. And Cody Fuller stays alive. Well, fans, lots of times I'll talk about it's the kind of day or kind of night where it's too nice to be inside. This is one of those where it's too hot to be outside. I think that's why we're only seeing maybe 500 or 600 people in the seats tonight. Fastball swung on and missed by Cody Fuller, and that is strike 3. Second strikeout for Aaron Jensen, and then there are 2 gone here in the top of the second. No, I mean, they'll probably announce 1,200 maybe. They'll probably double whoever is actually here. They'll just take that number and double it. As Ryan Leahy stands in from the right side. 2 on, 2 out, and no score here in the top of the second. See if Rhino can come through. First pitch swinging, fouled off of his foot at home plate. And the count 0-1. This is just one of those where it is simply too hot to do anything other than sit in a press box and watch the game from the quote-unquote air conditioning that's up here. Not a lot. I mean, if it was up to me, it wouldn't be above 65 right now. He pops this one up, first base side, and Reed Eastley over to give it a look. That's well out of play. And the count now 0-2 on Rhino. Leahy hitting .247. No homers and 24 RBIs. This is his first appearance of this series. Outfield a little bit around towards right on him. There's the 0-2 fastball. Just missed inside, and the count a ball and 2 strikes. There's the 1-2 ground ball back up the middle. Took a weird hop off the mound and underneath the glove of Jack Arroyo. Now it's bobbled by Craig out there in center field. Remily has already scored. Here comes Riley around third. He'll score, and the Quakes get a gift 2 runs. It'll be a hit for Ryan Leahy, and then an error on Craig allows the second run to score. Now the Quakes take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second. That's big for the Quakes. Give Ryan Leahy credit for an RBI single, his 25th RBI of the year. That is what scores Remily. Then you'll have Riley going from first to third on the single, and scoring on the fielding error by Casey Craig. As Josh LeBlanc takes a fastball upstairs, and the count 1-0. And Leahy goes to second on the fielding error. So 1 RBI, one of those runs will be earned, the other unearned. And here's a comebacker to Aaron Jensen. He takes the clean off the bottom of the hill and throws out Josh LeBlanc. 1-3 the scoring right there, and that does it for the Quakes here in the top of the second. But Ryan Leahy comes through. You know, that's the key, folks, and Ryan Leahy talks about it all the time. He had 2 strikes on him right there. So what did he do? Put the ball in play. And what happens? Ball takes a crazy hop off the mound, eats up Jack Arroyo. Craig bobbles it. Now, if you strike out, you don't give yourself a chance to get those 2 runs. You put it in play, and good things tend to happen. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Quakes. An RBI for Leahy is 25th. 1 costly error for Inland Empire. And 1 runner is left. To the bottom of the second we go. Just like that, Quakes have a 2-0 lead.
Are you looking to buy a home? Do you have little or no money to put down? Have you been turned down before? Then discover the unlimited possibilities at Infinity Mortgage Capital Incorporated. We can help you find your dream home and list your current home. We feature rock-bottom rates, cash out for any reason, first and second mortgages, lines of credit, and no income verification. We're Infinity Mortgage Capital, and we can help no matter what your situation. Give us a call at 909-483-5000 or see us online at infinitymtg.com.
One of the most common types of pollution from businesses is contaminated water runoff, which carries oil, grease, or other chemicals that drip or spill onto the ground into the street. This water continues through our communities untreated until it reaches the Santa Ana River and eventually the ocean. Contaminated runoff from your business is a violation of local laws for which you could pay a fine. So please, sweep outside areas and put the debris in the trash. Never hose them down or sweep into the curb or storm drain. Make sure dumpsters have lids to reduce blow-away litter, and call your trash hauler to replace your dumpster if it leaks. Empty mop water and other dirty water into a mop sink or floor drain. Do not illegally dump the water outside. Use non-toxic cleaning products whenever possible. Dispose of all toxics such as pesticides and cleaning products through a hazardous waste hauler. These items are too toxic to trash. And obtain spill containment and cleanup kits for your business. For more information about stormwater pollution prevention, please call 800-CLEANUP or the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
Nick Adenhart opening with a high fastball to Luis Oliveros for ball 1 as we're underway here in the bottom of the second. Right-hander against right-hander. Here's Oliveros with a ground ball to the left side, cut off by Sandoval. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 5-3. 2 pitches, 1 out for Adenhart. The Quakes are on top 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Bottom third of the order for Inland Empire after they sent 6 men to the plate in the first but left the bases loaded. So they squander an opportunity, and the Quakes take advantage with 2 runs in the top of the second half. How quickly things can turn around. Already saw Oliveros ground out. Now here's Josh Womack at the plate, and J.B. Tucker yet to come. He's in the on-deck circle. Womack in from the left side. Fastball a little bit outside from Nick Adenhart, and the count 1-0. Josh Womack hitting .292, 5 home runs, and 29 runs batted in. 1-0, swung on and fouled off to the left, and the count even. At a ball and a strike. One reached at and foul over into the play area down the third base side. And now Adenhart ahead in the count, 1-2. Lights just beginning to power on here in San Bernardino. Past the bottom of the hour. 1-2. High chopper, third base side. Fielded in fair ground by Sandoval. Needs a lot on the throw. Didn't get him. Josh Womack beats it out with the speed. And that's an infield hit. Nothing at all that Freddy Sandoval could have done right there. Just a high chopper, and as soon as that ball went up in the air, you knew it was going to be trouble because Womack runs so well. Third hit of the game for Inland Empire. And that's a situation where if Womack is hitting right-handed and hits the exact same ball, Sandoval gets him because he's got to take that extra, step and a half from the other side of the batter's box. But hitting left-handed, you get that little bit of a head start. There's a broken bat roller to Sandoval. Picks it up, bobbles the ball, stays with it, and gets the out at first as Womack goes to second on the ground out. So J.B. Tucker grounds out 5-3. All 3 balls here in this inning have been hit to Sandoval over there at third base as Adenhart breaks his second bat of the night. And Womack goes to second. Sandoval not only was trying to field that ball, but had to avoid the barrel of the bat, which was right around his feet on the left side of the infield grass there. And as he tried to take the ball out of his glove and go to second to start a double play, he lost his grip on the ball, and actually that ball was out of his hand completely. And then he focused, kept his concentration, got it, and at least got the out at first. But Womack into scoring position. Quakes up 2-0 here in the second. Here's the leadoff man, Brent Johnson. Line drive into right field. It's a base hit. Fuller's going to come up throwing. They're sending Womack around third. Throw is not in time, and it's 2-1. So Johnson with an RBI single to get the 66ers on the board. He ends up at second as the throw went into the plate. For Johnson, his 31st RBI of the year. Now the tying run in scoring position here in the second, although the Quakes still on top, 2-1. So here's Valbuena. In from the left side, Adenhart from the stretch. Check of the runner and a line drive foul into the seats on the third base side. And the count 0-1. Valbuena 0 for 1, grounded out back in the first inning. Hit an easy roller to Leahy at second. 0-1, popped him up. Third base side, foul ground. Collins with the mask off in front of the 66ers dugout will make the catch. Valbuena pops up to the Quakes catcher Michael Collins, and that does it for Inland Empire. As Adenhart limits the damage to just a run, but Inland Empire does get on the board, a run on 2 hits. As Womack reached on the infield single, and moved up on the ground ball and scores on the RBI base hit by Brent Johnson. A run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the third. Quakes on top of the Sixers, 2-1.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Pure energy.
Sheer excitement.
Sky sailing at the Warner Springs Airport offers you the chance to enjoy the grace, freedom, and joy of soaring.
Sky Sailing offers rides for 1 or 2 passengers in a sailplane.
Mention this radio station and get 15% off a 40-minute ride.
Give that someone special a flight ticket or treat yourself to the panoramic view of the backcountry in a sailplane.
Call Sky Sailing at 760-782-0404. That's 760-782-0404.
Open 9 to 5 every day.
For more information, go to www.skysailing.com.
Hey folks, Rob Sinclair here to tell you about the good people at Nationwide Surveys and what they can do for your business. They can handle customer surveys, employee feedback, and even online and on-site data collection. That's Nationwide Surveys, reliable feedback, fast. Call them today at 1-800-252-0640 or visit them at nationwidesurveys.com. That's 800-252-0640 or online at nationwidesurveys.com.
Top of the third, top of the order for the Quakes with Nate Sutton looking at a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike one. Sutton, Sandoval, and Rodriguez 1, 2, and 3 against the right-hander Aaron Jensen. That's an outside there, and it's even at a ball and a strike. Quakes leading 2-1 here in the top of the third. Nate Sutton 0 for 1, lined out back in the first. Curveball misses up high from Jensen, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Jensen, his first time through the order, has allowed 2 runs on 2 hits. No walks, 2 strikeouts, and he has hit a batter. 2-1. In the air, foul down the left field side, and it's even up at 2-2 now. Nate Sutton having an excellent season offensively for the Quakes. 281 average, 8 homers, and 31 RBIs. This one in the air, right center field, but playable for Chris Colton as he'll range over from right and make the catch. Sutton flies out, and that's the first out here in the top of the third. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by the Outback Steakhouse of Ontario, located at 4492 Ontario Mills Parkway, just across from the Ontario Mills Mall. Outback Steakhouse of Ontario is the home of the world-famous Bloomin' Onion. At Outback, no rules, just right. Here's Freddy Sandoval in from the left side. First pitch swinging and a foul ball in front of the control booth off to our left as a young fan climbs over a row of seats and picks himself up a souvenir. On count 0-1 on Sandy. 0-1. Fastball outside, a ball and a strike. Freddy Sandoval, 278 batting average this year. 4 homers and 36 driven in. Oliveros with an inside target. This one lifted foul off to the left. Off the roof, and that one will not roll back down. And it's 1-2 on Sandoval. Outfield straight away on him. This one in the air. And into right center field. Casey Craig, the center fielder this time, will make the catch. So Sandoval retired, and a couple of fly ball outs for Aaron Jensen here in the top of the third. Base is empty, 2 gone. Line scores look like this. Quakes 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Inland Empire a run on 4 hits with 1 error. And here's Sean Rodriguez. Fans in from the right side. Struck out looking back in the first. 1 of 2 strikeouts for Jensen tonight. First offering, fastball strike at the knees, and the count 0-1. Bobby Mitchell coaching over at third base for the Quakes. Greg Graybeck over at first. Here's a big curveball that Rodriguez just got a piece of. Big chopper foul over towards the Inland Empire dugout. And Brent Johnson will reach over the railing and pick it up. I'll stand on the top row and try to figure out who to toss it to in the seats. 0-2 to Rodriguez. Looks like a changeup, missed inside, and the count 1-2. Brent Johnson still hasn't tossed that ball. He's trying to get somebody's attention. Now he'll toss it in. Oh, the fan dropped it. Now you got to run down all the way the rest of the row. Oh, went past the guy's feet. Climbing over everybody. Finally, he got a souvenir. Fastball down low. And it's 2-2. It's always embarrassing when you're a little kid when you bring your gloves, somebody tosses you a ball, and you still drop it. Fastball outside is full 3-2. Remember that happened to me in a hockey game once. Take that back. That wasn't Brian Johnson. That was Ronnie Prettyman. 15 instead of 45. Johnson's in third base. A fastball down low. Rodriguez draws a walk. He's walked 5 times in this series now. First walk given up by Jensen today. Now the Quakes with a 2-out base runner here in the top of the third. Rodriguez walked twice on Friday, twice last night. Takes the free pass again here. So we'll see what Michael Collins can do. And maybe you send Sean Rodriguez. 13 out of 16 in stolen base attempts. Had a big lead, and Jensen chases him back with a toss over. Collins 0 for 1, flied out to right field back in the second inning. The wind has died down a little bit, but still going out towards right field. Now maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour instead of the, I'd say probably 15 that it was at game time. Another toss over to first, and Rodriguez dives back in head first. Jensen from the stretch. First offering to Michael Collins. Fastball outside, and Oliveros dropped the ball as he tried to make a snap throw down to first. And a count of ball and no strikes. A lot of scouts down there behind the bouncing ball up the third base side. Count 0-1. I'll say lots of scouts behind the backstop. Now they're in the very first section of seats. Talking with a couple of them earlier today. One of them was here with the White Sox. He said, here to see Adenhart for as long as he goes. I'll take another look at Sean Rodriguez. And when Adenhart leaves, so do I. 1-1 in the air to center field. Hit pretty well, but Casey Craig has a beat on it, and he'll make the catch. Collins flies out to center, and despite the 2-out walk by Aaron Jensen, nothing comes of it, and the Quakes go quietly here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. To the bottom of the third we go. Quakes with the lead on Inland Empire, 2-1.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk in, yellow book, not the other book. Posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bond mail, wide whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk in, yellow book. Let your fingers walk in, yellow book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Bottom of the third, heart of the order due up for Inland Empire with the Quakes on top in this ball game by a score of 2-1. 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the 66ers with Easley, Colton, and Craig due up against the right-hander Nick Adenhart. And all three reached back in the first inning against Adenhart. Easley walked, then Colton and Craig both had singles. But Inland Empire left the bases loaded, then got a run in the second. That was after the Quakes had already gotten 2 in the top half of the second inning. Here's Easley in from the left side. And a fastball missing outside. The count 1-0. Quakes have not put near as much of a shift on in Reed Easley so far here tonight. One fouled off to the left. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. All right, the last time we were here, Sean Rodriguez was playing pretty much behind the second base bag there at short. And Freddy Sandoval basically in between second and third. Quakes pretty much had one defender on the left side of the infield. Fastball fouled back in the count 1-2. And in this at-bat, they are playing a much more regular defense against Reed Easley. They're still yanked around towards first base pretty well, but it's not near as severe as it used to be. Fastball upstairs in the count 2-2. The outfield is shifted towards right slightly. You can really see the shift with Cliff Remley playing very close to the line at first. 2-2. Curveball called, strike 3 at the outside corner. And Easley goes down looking. No need for the shift right there. Easley couldn't put the ball in play. Goes down looking, and that's the first strikeout of the ball game for Nick Adenhart. So Adenhart has got the leadoff man in all 3 innings so far. And here's Chris Colton, who singled his last time up in the first. Right-hander against right-hander. And the curveball upstairs at the letters, and the count 0-1. Now, we were talking back in the top of the third inning about all the scouts that are watching Adenhart pitch, and it seems like every single time a scout calls the office, it's only because they want to know when Nick Adenhart is pitching. Curveball down away, and the count even up at 1-1. On the ground, backhanded by a diving Ryan Leahy to his feet, and the throw in time to get Chris Colton. That's a nice play by Ryan Leahy. Had to scramble to his right a little bit. Made a sliding stop, then popped to his feet, spun around, and threw out Colton. So 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Quakes up 2-1. I'll tell you, Nick Adenhart's been doing a nice job of getting ground balls. Through 2 2/3, so he's gotten 8 outs so far, and 6 of them have been on the ground. All 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 here in the third. Fastball inside, and that one hits Casey Craig, who, for some reason, I guess thought it was intentional because he didn't like it, and now he's gesturing to Nick Adenhart. And if you ask me, I think Casey Craig thinks he's a little bit more important than he actually is. Because, I don't know. I mean, and granted, the first pitch is a fastball, and granted, Craig bunted back in the first, but I can't imagine Adenhart would be upset about that. And now the base umpire, Matt Hensel, is pointing into the Quakes dugout, yelling at somebody in the Quakes dugout, and here comes Bobby Mitchell out of the dugout to have a word with Matt Hensel. And I think what Bobby is saying is that it was not intentional. And Matt Hensel is, and again, you don't want to project too much, but it sure looks to me like Bobby Mitchell is saying to Matt Hensel, look, you're taking Casey Craig's side in this. Casey Craig makes a big deal out of being hit by a pitch, and you're taking his side, and you're warning our dugout. And I think that's what Bobby Mitchell is alluding to. And Bobby is hot about that. And he's walking away, and now Matt Hensel is continuing the argument. And that's something that Matt Hensel can't do. I mean, it's rare to see Bobby get that work done. You know, and Bobby was pretty close, I think, to getting tossed right there because he was hot under the collar. And I don't disagree because it really looked, from my vantage point, like Matt Hensel kind of took the fight to the Quakes dugout. Now Casey Craig on the run, and Arroyo fouls this one off to the right to count 0-1. So Craig is at first. Again, Craig gets hit by the pitch, and Michael Collins, the catcher, immediately started going up the first base line to kind of put himself between Casey Craig and Nick Adenhart. And then as Craig either got to the first base bag or he was a couple of steps before it, started pointing to Adenhart. And then that led Matt Hensel to start yapping at the Quakes dugout. Here's a curveball lined into left center field. That's a base hit for Arroyo. Craig will stop at second. And some more two-out base runners for Inland Empire here in the bottom of the third. And now the pitching coach, Eric Bennett, coming out for a talk with Nick Adenhart. Fans, we want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Romano's Macaroni Grill of Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 10742 Footfield Boulevard. Choose from more than 35 Italian specialties. Romano's Macaroni Grill, all the Italian you need to know. And trust me, fans, you can't go wrong when you go to Romano's. You may be sitting there looking at the menu saying, oh, you know, I don't know what to choose. There are so many choices. Hey, if you want my opinion, as a guy who, you know, he always enjoyed his dinner as a kid, go for the chicken fettuccine Alfredo. You'll enjoy that, but 35 dishes, they're all good. There's Luis Oliveros, the catcher, taking a fastball for a called strike one. So a little bit of drama here in the bottom of the third, with Matt Hensel, the base umpire, and Bobby Mitchell, the Quakes manager, going jaw to jaw. Quakes up 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. 2 on with 2 out for Inland Empire. Oliveros grounded out back in the second. Back by Adenhart. Here's a curveball. Grounded to the backhand side of Sandoval at third base. Long throw across the diamond in time to get his man. 5-3 the scoring right there. Nice play by Sandoval right up the third base line on the backhand side. And that will do it for Inland Empire. No runs on a hit. No Quakes errors, and a pair are left. Inland Empire has stranded 6 runners in the first 3 innings. That's a big reason why as we go to the fourth, the Quakes are on top 2-1.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Doug Moore at 909-463-6716 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
A ball player's job at the plate is to knock the stuffing out of the ball. If your living room furniture looks like it's been used for batting practice, it's time to visit Cherry Blossom Furniture Collections. You can choose a piece from our showroom or let us custom build one just for you. Whether it's for your home or office, you're sure to appreciate our pride in craftsmanship. For quality that's built to last a lifetime, you can count on Cherry Blossom Furniture Collections. For information, give us a call at 909-947-9506.
You know, the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know, all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way, they get to your home as quickly as possible. And it's a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home. No home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Top of the fourth, and the Quakes leading 2-1 here in the finale of this 3-game series against Inland Empire. Rubber match for these two clubs. Quakes won on Friday and then lost last night. Here in the fourth, it'll be Remily, Riley, and Fuller, 5, 6, and 7. Due up against the right-hander Aaron Jensen. Remley digs in from the left side. Singled and scored back in the second inning. Outfield straight away on Remo for Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. First pitch, big curveball from Jensen. That's in at the knees. And the count 0-1. Remo calls time and steps out. Remley pinch hit last night. I have to go back through the book and see when the last time he started was. Fastball inside. And the count even at a ball and a strike. Remley had not played since Sunday before pinch hitting last night. Foul back. And it's 1-2. Sunday the 16th, the last time that Cliff Remley played in a game for the Quakes, and that's because he got a big-time sinus infection. And actually wasn't even with the team for a couple of days, just stayed in bed. And then ended up coming back into the clubhouse. Fastball inside 2-2. Then started traveling with the team, and then eventually built up to his pinch hit appearance last night, and back in the lineup starting at first base here tonight. Oliveros setting up outside, the 2-2. Fastball down low. And it's gone full, 3-2 on Remley. .299 hitter this year. 2 home runs and 29 runs batted in. There's the payoff pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman, Jack Arroyo. Waits back on it, picks a clean, and throws out Remley. 4-3 the scoring right there. And the leadoff man gone to the Quakes here in the fourth. Fans were a second or so past the little 5-minute window at the top of the hour, but let's go ahead and do it anyway. Let's step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
And you're listening to Rob Sinclair as he announces Quakes Baseball on AM 1370 KWRM, Corona, California.
So here's Pat Riley, hit by a pitch and scored a run back in that 2-run second inning for the Quakes. And Jensen opens him with a curveball and gets a called strike in the outside corner. It's 0-1. Oliveros setting up inside. This one pop foul over the screen and into the seats off to our left as a fan just absolutely curled into the fetal position. And somebody else came away with the ball. The count 0-2. And that ball wasn't even hit all that hard. But that fan just pulled the knees up to the chest, put both arms over the head, and just said, "Please, Lord, not me. Not now." Grounder up the first base side. That's foul, and it's 0-2. I mean, those are the balls that you hope for. You know, where you can actually see it coming, and it's not hit all that hard. It's, you know, kind of taking a gentle arc down towards you. Hey, those are the ones you want. 0-2, curveball down away. That's a ball and 2 strikes. Now, then there are the other ones that absolutely go screaming into the seats. Or a bat goes flying into the seats. But a little foul ball like that, you can live with those. Fastball down low. And it's even at 2-2. Now, fastball late on that one was Riley. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Aaron Jensen, and he's retired the first 2 here in the top of the fourth. He's gotten the leadoff man in all 4 innings as Aaron Jensen. Set the Quakes down in order in the first. They got the 2 runs in the second. Gave up a 2-out walk in the third, and now has 2 away, and the base is empty here in the fourth. Quakes up 2-1. Here's Cody Fuller. Right-hander against right-hander. Fuller, a strikeout victim back in the second. Went down swinging. And a hack and a miss on a first pitch curveball to count 0-1. So Jensen has opened all 3 Quakes hitters, Remley, Riley, and Fuller, with curveballs here in the top of the fourth. 0-1, now a fastball down low. And it's even at a ball and a strike. Cody Fuller from Valbuena, Texas. 48th round pick out of Texas Tech last year. 1-1, curveball inside. It's 2 balls and a strike. I remember my one trip to Lubbock, Texas, home of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Didn't say I remembered it fondly, but I remember it. I'm sure it's a nice town. Don't know about spending 4 years there. Curveball inside, and it's 3-1 now on Cody Fuller. But granted, I mean, I was only there for a night, and that was after my freshman year of college, and I had just spent, that year in Waco, Texas. So I'm not really sure if I have a whole lot of room to talk. This one swung on and fouled at the plate, and it's full on Fuller, 3-2. I mean, 4 years in Lubbock, Texas, or 4 years in Waco, Texas. It's to people not from Texas, that's probably a toss-up right there. People in Texas could actually debate the merits of both cities, but Lubbock or Waco for 4 years, either way, you're on the bottom looking up at Austin and everybody who goes to UT. There's a swing and a miss by Fuller. That's strike 3. Jensen strikes him out for the second time. 4 Ks for Aaron Jensen through 4 innings. And he sets the Quakes down in order for the second time, matching what he did back in the top of the first. Quakes go in order here in the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Quakes still with the lead, doubling up the Sixers 2-1.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 2 Cold Stone Creamery buy 2 get 2 free coupons, and a voucher for a free on-demand movie from Charter Media, all for just $38. The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is available May 26th, June 16th, June 30th, and August 25th. For more information, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Bottom of the fourth here in Inland Empire. Quakes leading 2-1. And the 8-9-1 trio due up to face the right-hander Nick Adenhart. Josh Womack, J.B. Tucker, then back to the leadoff man Brent Johnson. So 8-9-1 for the 66ers. Womack has scored the only run of the game for the Inland Empire ball club here at home. Fastball outside and the count 1-0. Reached on an infield base hit in the second, went to second on a ground out, and then scored on a 2-out RBI single by Brent Johnson. 1-0. This one in the air, popped up off to the third base side. This will take a big hop off a railing and end up in the seats and bobbled by a fan, and she doesn't come away with it. And the guy who does come away with it will not give it to her. That ball was legally hers, though he will give it away to a little girl. But still, that was legally that other fan. Hit them in the hands. Got to recognize ownership right there. Fastball outside, and the count 2-1. Corner infielders playing in, anticipating a potential bunt from Josh Womack, who has very good speed. Fastball outside from Adenhart, and it's 3-1. Again, the Quakes wearing the blue tops today, which is a rarity for the Quakes. Probably only the 4th or 5th time they've worn them in a game. Here's a fly ball into medium left field. Pat Riley coming in and makes the catch. Womack flies out to his counterpart out there in left, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Quakes continue this road trip tomorrow. Opener of a 4-game series down at the Diamond in Lake Elsinore. Hard to believe that's only the second time that we will be down in Lake Elsinore. We only played a 3-game series there in April, it seems like. Here's a slow roller to the third baseman Sandoval, charging in, picks, throws, and got him. As J.B. Tucker Grounds out 5-3. Now the 5th assist for Freddy Sandoval over there at third base. He's had a lot of action, especially for the bottom third of the order. Because Luis Oliveros, the number 7 hitter, both of his ground outs have gone to Sandoval, and ditto for J.B. Tucker down in the number 9 spot. So back to the leadoff man. Here's Brent Johnson. Right-hander against right-hander. First pitch, fastball, inside corner, and a called strike one. Quakes, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Inland Empire, a run, 5 hits, and 1 error. Oh, 1. Fastball upstairs as Johnson showed bunt. And the count even at a ball and a strike. And that 1 error for Inland Empire, a costly one. It was charged to Casey Craig, the center fielder, and allowed Rancho Cucamonga's 2nd run to score. They're in the top of the 2nd. That's the difference right now. Fastball on the outside corner from Adenhart, and the count 1-2. Outfield well around towards right. Collins sets up outside, 1-2. Curveball down in the dirt. And it's even now 2-2. Johnson, a .284 hitter on the year, 1 homer, and 31 runs batted in for the native of Las Vegas. Two-two. Fastball in the air, right center field. Playable for LeBlanc as he's over in the gap and puts it away. Johnson flies out, and for the first time tonight, a 1-2-3 inning for Nick Adenhart as he sets Inland Empire down in order here in the bottom of the 4th. Sixers get no runs, no hits, no Quakes errors, and nobody left on base. We're through 4 complete, and all the action done in the 2nd inning. Quakes with the lead, 2-1.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Nice floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should have come down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Fans, for all your real estate needs, call Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-373-1768. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call on the name you can trust. Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. With multiple offices to serve the Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County areas, they can help you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing. That's Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. Call them at 909-373-1768. Again, 909-373-1768.
Top of the 5th, Ryan Leahy going to lead things off for the Quakes. He had that big at-bat back in the 2nd that led to the 2 Rancho Cucamonga runs. So Leahy to start, then Josh LeBlanc and Nate Sutton. 8-9-1 for the Quakes, leading 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. Aaron Jensen, the right-hander, working from the windup. Kicks and deals, and an overhand curve is in at the knees for a called strike one on Ryan Leahy. Back in that 2nd inning, Leahy had runners at 1st and 2nd with 2 away. Was down in the count 1-2. And did what he does best, makes contact. Tried to check the swing on a curveball right there, but went around, and it's 0-2. And, Leahy's talked about it. We've sat down and we've talked hitting down the dugout, and he said, for me, there's nothing worse than knowing that the pitcher got the best of me and having to walk back to the dugout, and having struck out. Fastball downstairs in the count 1-2. So, I mean, that's why he focuses on making contact. And it's like he says, when you make contact, when you put the ball in play, something good can happen. It doesn't mean that it will. But he says, I'd rather hit a ball right at somebody and ground out, or pop up than to strike out. When the ball fouled off onto the roof off to our right, and it's still 1-2. And that's exactly what happened there in the second. He was down to the count 1-2, made contact, ball took a funny hop off the pitcher's mound, eluded Jack Arroyo, the second baseman, went into center field. That scored a run. Then Craig overran the ball in center. That was an error, led to the second run. Fastball up and in. They appealed to Matt Hensel on the base pass. He said Leahy held up, and it's even at 2-2. And just like that, I mean, Aaron Jensen was a pitch away from getting out of the inning unharmed. And Leahy makes contact. Something good happens. Quakes get 2 runs, and they're holding up right now, up 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. 2-2. Fastball down low. And now Aaron Leahy has forced a full count. Leahy from Salem, Massachusetts. Huge Boston Red Sox fan. Grew up there in Red Sox Nation. Swinging the ball foul at the plate. We'll do it again. Actually began his college career at the University of San Francisco. Spent a year there and then transferred to Boston College, which, as he said, is where he wanted to go all along. Timing just wasn't right coming out of high school, and had a good scholarship offer to the University of San Francisco, so took it. But he had a good time there, but just baseball-wise wasn't the best fit. And now draws a walk to start things here in the 5th. Fastball down low from Aaron Jensen, and the leadoff man aboard for the first time for the Quakes. Jensen had gotten the leadoff man in all 4 innings. And now walks Leahy after an extended pitch count in that particular plate appearance. So Leahy aboard. That snaps a run of 4 straight outs for Aaron Jensen, and let's see what Josh LeBlanc can do. See if maybe a bunt is in the cards here. He's showing bunt and gets it down, and a diving catch made by Brent Johnson at third base, and a good read by Leahy as he went back to first and did not get doubled off. So LeBlanc pops up to to Johnson. Now that's the first out here in the top of the 5th. And Brent Johnson, we saw him make a similar play last night out in center field, because he is an outfielder by trade. This is probably only the second or third time that he's played third base all season for the 66ers, and made a heck of a diving catch right there. So Leahy's still at first, 1 away now. A toss over as Rhino dives back in. Nate Sutton 0 for 2. Swung on and popped up third base side, trying to get into the seats, and it will. And the count 0-1 on Nate. And Sutton was doing so well before we went on the road trip. Had that 9-game hitting streak going on. Then we came here on Friday. We went 0 for 3, reached on catcher's interference and scored a run. Then last night, 0 for 4 with a walk and an RBI. And now tonight, 0 for 2. 0-1. Fastball upstairs, and it's even at a ball and a strike. So in 11 trips to the plate in the first 2.5 games of this series, Sutton's 0 for 9 with a walk and has reached on catcher's interference. Toss over to first, and Leahy dives back in. Leahy on the move, and a high chopper to the second baseman Arroyo, backing up on it. Now got to hurry the throw, and it's not in time. Jack Arroyo just waited back and just kept going back on that ball, and didn't give himself a chance to get the out, as Sutton will get an infield single right there. Third hit of the game for the Quakes, their first hit since Leahy singled back in the second. It had been a long time in between hits for the Quakes. And now a chance to get a little breathing room here. On top, 2-1. And Sandoval standing in for the left side with a couple of ducks on the pond. Freddy Sandoval 0 for 2 today. He has fly to right and fly to center. First pitch, fastball up high, and the count 1-0. Now going back on that ball hit to Jack Arroyo, it would have been a tough play had he come charging in. But he let that ball hit twice. It's a play that I think Arroyo probably could have made. And obviously, seeing the ball from up here in the press box is a lot different from having it hit to you, in the heat of the game. But I think if Arroyo comes in, he probably could have made the play. But he waited back, and the Quakes will take it. Here's a fly ball into left field. Josh Womack camping out. He'll make the catch. And Freddy Sandoval has now gotten every member of the 66er outfield into the game. He has flied out to right, center, and left. So everybody feeling involved out there in the Inland Empire outfield when it comes to Freddy Sandoval. Now with 2 away, and Sean Rodriguez coming to the plate, Scott Butner will come out for a talk with Aaron Jensen. Mentioned the Quakes head to Lake Elsinore for 4 games starting tomorrow. Then it's back home for 3 games against Lancaster to close out the month. The conference is over. Here's Sean Rodriguez in from the right side. He has struck out and walked in 2 trips today. First pitch, swing and a miss on a changeup, and the count 0-1. Then after that 3-game series with Lancaster, Quakes go up north for 6 games. Go to Modesto for 3, then Stockton for 3. Fastball down low. And the count even at 1-1. And this is our last trip here to Inland Empire. Play the Sixers one more time in August. A 3-game series, August 18th through the 20th. Fastball for a strike. And count now 1-2 on Sean Rodriguez. I can't believe that. This is the last time that we come to Arrowhead Credit Union Park. One-two, fastball upstairs, and it's even at 2-2. Just here last week, Quakes took 2 out of 3. Try and do the same here in this series. Rodriguez calls time and steps out. Leahy at second, Sutton at first. 2 on, 2 out for the Quakes. They lead Inland Empire 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. Time is called again as Jensen and Rodriguez got into a little bit of a staring contest. There's the 2-2. Fastball, a little bit low, and now it's full on Rodriguez. So runners will be moving right here. Leahy from second, and Sutton, a very good base runner at first. They'll be getting a little bit of a head start. Is able to get something into the gaps, might score a pair here. Jensen from the stretch. There go the runners. 3-2, swung on and missed, and that's strike 3. And that will do it for the Quakes. Jensen with his 5th strikeout of the day. He's gotten Rodriguez twice and Cody Fuller twice. And the Quakes strand a pair here in the top of the fifth and are unable to build on this 2-1 lead. No runs for the Quakes on one hit. No Inland Empire errors. 2 runners are left, and Aaron Jensen survives that leadoff walk to Ryan Leahy. We're halfway through. To the bottom of the fifth we go. Our score, Quakes 2, Sixers 1.
Thinking of buying a home or refinancing? At America's Lending, we know what it takes to meet all your home loan needs. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or you're refinancing, our creative loan consultants will find what best fits your needs, even for those with less than perfect credit. Call Charles Fisher with America's Lending at 909-758-5120 or find out more online at freecalifornialoansecrets.com. That's America's Lending. We do deals others can't touch.
Everyone wants a healthy lawn and garden. However, fertilizer works better and is more cost-effective when used properly. By following the directions on the package and making sure water does not run off your property, you can keep fertilizer from washing away. Water that runs off your lawn or garden flows into the gutter and drains directly into the Santa Ana River, carrying excess fertilizer with it. Any fertilizer that reaches local waterways pollutes the environment for people and aquatic life. Next time you use fertilizer, make the following choices to protect our environment, your pocketbook, and public health. Follow the directions on the product. More is not better. Extra fertilizer just gets washed off your lawn or garden. Avoid using fertilizer near ditches or gutters. When watering your lawn and garden, make sure water does not run into the street and carry fertilizer with it. Do not apply fertilizer before a rainstorm. Store fertilizers and chemicals in a covered area and in sealed containers. When it is time to dispose of leftover chemicals, call 1-800-253-2687 for the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Site near you. For more pollution prevention tips, please call the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
Bottom of the fifth, Quakes on top, 2-1, and Nick Adenhart has finished his warm-up tosses, ready to go here in the fifth. He'll work to Valbuena, Easley, and Colton, 2, 3, and 4. To face the young right-hander Nick Adenhart. Fastball up high to Valbuena, the count 1-0. Luis Valbuena 0 for 2. He has grounded out and popped up today. Stands in from the left side, 1-0. Change up, swung on and missed, and the count even now at a ball and a strike. Outfield slightly around towards left on Valbuena. Has one hit in his first 12 at-bats in a Sixers uniform. High fastball swung on and missed, and it's 1-2 now. Valbuena from Venezuela, signed as a free agent back in the year 2000. 2002. That's when he was signed. Curveball outside. And it's even up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's the 2-2. Off speed, fouled back to the screen as Valbuena got a piece of it. Well, that'll keep it at 2-2. Quakes with 2 in the second. Inland Empire with 1 in the bottom of the inning. That's been it so far. There's the 2-2 in the air. Third base side trying to get out of play. And it will as Freddy Sandoval is over to give a look. Sun has just about completely set. As I said, visually, it's a really nice night for baseball. If you're sitting in the air conditioning and, not actually physically outside. This one in the air, center field. Playable for LeBlanc. Back pedal into straightaway center, and he'll put it away. Valbuena retired, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the fifth. Well, yeah, game time temperature 103.6 degrees. And folks, that's cooler than it was. I mean, it was in, the 109 to 115 range the first couple of games of the series. Just unbearably hot. Curveball hot away, and the count 1-0. Reed Easley has walked and struck out today. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Adenhart from the windup. Missed down low with a curve. And it is 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0. Fastball outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Easily walked on 4 pitches back in the first. 3-0 from Adenhart. There's a called strike. Easily taken all the way. It's 3-1. That walk by Adenhart, the only one of the game. That's 1 walk and 1 strikeout so far today. (3-1) on the ground, past Adenhart, and right to the second baseman Leahy. Dropped it, picks it up, throws him out. For that one, 4-3. As Leahy had that one go right off of his glove, but it landed right at his feet. Very calmly picked it up and got the easy out. So Nick Adenhart has now set down 6 in a row. And this has kind of been the trend for Adenhart. That if you're going to get to him, it better be early, because once he settles down, once he locks in, you're not going to have a whole lot of chances. First offering to Colton, curveball down away, and the count 1-0. All right, look at the first inning. Got the first 2 outs, then loaded the bases with 2 away, got out of it. The inland umpire had 3 base runners in the first. Got their run in the second. Fastball down low, it's 2-0. Then had runners at first and second in the third. They had a run on 5 hits in the first 3 innings. Since then, nothing doing. 2-0, curveball, swung on and missed. It's 2-1. It's like you think about the last time the Quakes were here in this ballpark in that 16-1 game that the Quakes had, where they got 4 runs in the top of the first for Adenhart. He goes out there, bottom of the first, bases get loaded with nobody out. Check swing on a curve. And they say that Colton held up. It's 3-1. Now, it loads the bases with nobody out. Got out of it with only 1 run coming in. And Inland Empire didn't get on the board the rest of the way. Fastball outside corner, and it's full now on Colton, 3-2. Colton 1 for 2. Had a single in the first. And grounded out on a nice play by Leahy in the third. Here's a high chopper to Sandoval at third. Waits for it. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 5-3. And 2 more ground balls for Nick Adenhart as he works a perfect inning here in the bottom of the 5th. He's gotten 15 outs. And 10 of them have been on the ground. Great ground ball to fly ball ratio for Nick Adenhart as he has retired 7 in a row. Inland Empire in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Let's go to the 6th. Our score is the same as it has been ever since the 2nd. Quakes 2, Sixers 1.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank. Proud to be your hometown bank. Proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
Top of the 6th, middle third of the order for the Quakes in a ball game that Rancho Cucamonga leads by a score of 2-1. Collins, Remley, and Riley 4, 5, and 6 against the right-hander Aaron Jensen here in the top of the 6th. First offering, fastball for called strike 1. Fans, my name is Rob Sinclair. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Sunday night with us here on the Quakes Radio Network. Along with my partner in crime, John Souter, producer and director, doing his usual great job. Very happy to be bringing this one to you. The 0-1 to Michael Collins in the air. Shallow right field. Could be trouble. Colton coming on. And he will not get there as that one will drop in front of him. Arroyo, the second baseman, was going out. He couldn't get to it. And a little blue single will fall for Michael Collins. And the Quakes get the leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning. Didn't have the leadoff man on for the first 4 innings. Then got a leadoff walk to Leahy in the 5th, although the Quakes left him at second base. And now the leadoff base hit by Collins here in the 6th. So here's Remley. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored back in the 2nd. Remo then grounded out in the 4th. Standing in from the left side. Not showing bunt, swinging away. And a 2-hopper snared by the first baseman Easley, and it'll go for naught as it's called a foul ball. Not sure who that benefits right there. On the one hand, Inland Empire does not get the out, as Easley made a nice play, and the count just goes to 0-1. But on the flip side, Michael Collins would have advanced to second on that play and would have been in scoring position with only 1 out. So instead of a win-win situation, that's kind of a lose-lose situation. I don't think the Quakes really would have been all that upset with a ground ball that advances Collins to second. Here's a ground ball to the left side, handled by Valbuena. To second for 1, on to first in time. And now the Quakes really unhappy that first ground ball was just a little bit foul outside the first base bag, as Remley, on the very next pitch, hits into a double play. 6-4-3, the scoring on the twin killing. Valbuena to Arroyo to Easley. 6-4-3, that erases the leadoff single by Collins. And just like that, base is empty and 2 gone for Pat Riley. PR batting left-handed. Hit by a pitch in the 2nd, then struck out in the 4th. He's also scored a run. Fastball high from Aaron Jensen. And it's a ball and no strikes. Olivares from the outside target. Fastball missing upstairs there. And 2 balls and no strikes now on Riley. Quakes up 2-1 here in the top of the 6th. One popped up. Foul back over our heads and out of play. And it's 2-1. Riley from Sparks, Nevada. Six feet tall, 190 pounds. 24 years old. Signed out of the University of Arizona. One after a curveball there. Came up empty. And it's even at 2-2 now. There's some action in the 66ers bullpen. John Lockwood, the right-hander, getting loose. There's the 2-2, way high and outside, off the glove of Oliveros, all the way back to the screen. And now it is full-on Riley, 3-2. Payoff pitch from Aaron Jensen. High fastball swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. And that is the 6th strikeout of the game for Aaron Jensen. He has 6 Ks in 6 innings. He's gotten Rodriguez twice, Riley twice, and Cody Fuller twice. And the Quakes, despite the leadoff single from Michael Collins, go in order here in the 6th, thanks to the double play. And then the strikeout to end the inning. No runs to hit, no errors, none left. We're through 5.5, and the Quakes still holding on. 2-1 over Inland Empire.
These days, getting the most from your dollar is more important than ever. That's why when it comes to home inspections, smart buyers call on First Watch Home Inspections. You'll find their commitment to your satisfaction makes them the right choice for all your inspection needs. Whether it's for your home or apartment, give them a call at 909-873-1196. That's First Watch Home Inspections, a proud member of the BBB and proud Quakes sponsor. They never stop working for you.
Boss Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into heaven. Not the other book. Florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, Bombay, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into together. Let your fingers walk into together. Not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Bottom of the sixth here in Inland Empire. Quakes leading 2-1, and Casey Craig will lead things off, standing in from the left side. First pitch, curveball on the outside corner from Nick Adenhart, and the count 0-1. Casey Craig bunted his way on in the first, then was hit by a pitch in the third, and ended up being not too happy with the pitch from Nick Adenhart. Fastball inside, and it's 1-1. And that led to Craig exchanging some words with Adenhart. Then Matt Hensel, the base umpire, exchanged some words with a Quakes dugout. And then Bobby Mitchell came out and got into an argument with Hensel. Curveball outside, it's 2-1. So Craig to start things, then Arroyo and Oliveros, 5, 6, and 7. Two up for the Sixers here in the bottom of the sixth. Fastball outside, and the count is 3-1. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, outfield straight away. Adenhart from the windup, 3-1 outside, and that's ball 4. So Craig walks on 5 pitches. He's been aboard all 3 times now with the bunt, the hit by pitch, and now the walk. The second walk given up by Nick Adenhart, and that's the first time in this ball game that Inland Empire has got the leadoff man aboard. Now we'll see if Arroyo is bunting to try to move Craig into scoring position. Sandoval already in on the grass at third. Arroyo 1 for 2. Toss over to first. Craig back standing up, and Arroyo not giving anything away at the plate. Another toss over to first, and again back standing up is Casey Craig.
One last chance to show up Kurt Tendercock, Pamela Esselman, William Callis, or William Callis, it is, Peterson County, Joseph Diaz.
There's the first pitch home. Arroyo showed bunt, pulled it back, and took a fastball for a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
William Callis and Kurt Tendercock. Please stand on over to the stand over table. Foul ball.
Now here's the ground ball through the hole on the right side as Arroyo showed bunt, pulled it back, and singles into right field. As now the ball is flopping around on the infield, Arroyo's going to try to go to second, and he will. And now who did they give the error to? Error on the throw from Cody Fuller. So give Arroyo a single to right field. He goes to second on the throwing error by Cody Fuller. Casey Craig goes from first to third. And oh, how quickly it all changes for the Quakes here in the bottom of the sixth. They're still on top 2-1. But Nick Adenhart in a world of trouble here. Second and third, nobody out, and here's Luis Oliveros, who is 0 for 2. See how the Quakes decide to play this. Remily is in at first base. The rest of the infielders are back as Oliveros shows bunt. They're going to try to get a squeeze down. Adenhart trying to make a sliding fielding play. Can't do it. Runs scores, and it's 2-2. If Adenhart fields that one cleanly, they're going to get Craig. But Adenhart came sliding in, could not make the play. And Craig comes in to score on the squeeze. It wasn't a great bunt by Oliveros. It was pretty much right back to Adenhart. And it looked like Michael Collins thought for a second about trying to field that one himself, then opted to stay put at the plate and never got the throw. So Inland Empire ties it here in the 6th, and runners at the corners. And still nobody out. Here's Josh Womack. He is 1 for 2, singled in the 2nd, scored a run, and then flied out in the 4th. And the fastball down low. Count 1-0. And for Oliveros, that is his 13th RBI of the year. Check swing by Womack. He went around. And it's even up at a ball and a strike. There is action in the Quakes bullpen. Aaron Pullen, I believe, getting loose. And it also looks like Micah Posey is up and has not begun throwing yet, however. Fastball up high. And it is 2-1. Adenhart steps off, looks the runners back. Looks like Posey will not throw. Posey will just be standing up, and he'll stay in guard to make sure no foul balls come flying in. And I'm pretty sure that is Aaron Pullen getting warmed up. Swing and a miss by Womack on the off-speed pitch. And it's even at 2-2. Remember, bullpen got the night off yesterday, as Fernando Rodriguez threw an 8-inning complete game. Corners in, middle infield back for the Quakes here in the bottom of the 6th. And now the catcher, Michael Collins, goes out for a talk with Nick Adenhart. Now we have a 3-game series here. Outfield straight away. Inland Empire with a run in to tie it already. Here's a curveball. Missed down low as Womack laid off. And it is full 3-2. Aaron Pullen last pitched on Friday. Rafael Cruz has not pitched in a while. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Now the throw down to second, and they've got Oliveros hung up between first and second. Always keeping an eye on the runner at third, and out between first and second is Oliveros as Arroyo stays put at third. How about that? Josh Womack strikes out swinging for the first out. Then Oliveros is caught stealing. Oh boy. How about 2, 6, 3, 4. Now let's go 2, 4, 3, 6. I like that a little bit better. Not really sure. But 2, 4, 3, 6 sounds good. So Oliveros gets caught stealing, and now 2 away. Go-ahead run still 90 feet away, but things looking up for the Quakes as J.D. Tucker takes a curveball at the knees for a called strike 1. Oh, 1. Another curve. Down low this time. It's even at a ball and a strike. Quakes got 2 in the second. Inland Empire 1 run in the second and 1 here to tie it here in the bottom of the 6th. Fastball, line foul over the head of Arroyo, the runner at third base. And it is 1-2 now. Quakes being out-hit in this ball game 7-4. Both teams have made 1 error. There's the 1-2 from Adenhart. Curveball down and away. And it's even on Tucker, 2-2. Tucker 0 for 2. Both times tonight he has grounded out to Sandoval at third base. 2-2. Fastball missed outside. And it is full now, 3-2. From the stretch, 3-2. Change-up swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. And Nick Adenhart, after giving up a run, had runners at the corners with nobody out, gets a strike him out, throw him out, double play, and then strikes out J.B. Tucker to end the inning and at least keep the Quakes even with the 66ers. A couple of strikeouts for Adenhart here in the bottom of the 6th. He has 3 on the game, but Inland Empire gets a tying run on 2 hits. It started with a leadoff walk. Craig came in to score on the squeeze bunt by Olivero. So run, 2 hits, an error, and 1 left. We go to the 7th. Brand new ball game. Quakes 2 and the Sixers 2.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Diane Combs at 909-986-1257 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey fans, are you looking for the ultimate in custom home theater? There's one company in town that features everything, from the outrageous to the affordable, in audio-video equipment. It's Custom Home Technologies, your home theater experts. We feature the latest in multi-room systems, including whole house audio-video, home theater systems, surround sound, and more. Find out more by calling 909-292-3611 or log on to hometheaterbyhenry.com. That's Custom Home Technologies. We'll meet or beat any price.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Top of the 7th here in Inland Empire, and the Quakes and Sixers are all tied up at 2. As Inland Empire has brought the right-hander John Lockwood on in relief. Fans, before we go any farther, we're just a little bit before the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Let's go ahead and step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You're listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball on AM 1370 KWRM, Corona, California.
So, top of the 7th, bottom third of the order for the Quakes, with Fuller, Leahy, and LeBlanc 7, 8, and 9 against the new righty John Lockwood. And the first pitch, a fastball inside for ball 1. Fuller 0 for 2. He has struck out both times, so he's happy to see Aaron Jensen out of the game. 1-0, bunt. And this one is foul up the third base line, and even a 1-1 now on Fuller. So close the book on Aaron Jensen. Turns in a quality start, 6 innings. Gave up 2 runs, 1 of them earned on 4 hits. Couple of walks and 6 strikeouts for Jensen, but he'll get a no decision in this one. 1-1. Fastball downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. John Lockwood, on the other hand, a right-hander from Toronto, Canada, 6'2", 210 pounds. 24 years old, signed as a free agent back in 2003. This one downstairs, and it's 3-1 now on Cody Fuller. Lockwood spent time last year in both the Midwest League with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Swing and miss by Fuller, and it's full 3-2. And in the Northwest League with the Everett Aqua Sox. Here's the payoff pitch to Cody Fuller, lined right back from whence it came into center field. A sharp single for Fuller, and the Quakes with the leadoff man on here in the top of the 7th. See if it'll actually pay dividends for the Quakes here. They got the leadoff man on in the 5th and left Leahy at 2nd. Collins led off the last inning with a bloop single to right and was erased on a double play. Well, maybe 3rd time's the charm here for the Quakes, as Ryan Leahy will stand in for the right side. Leahy does have an RBI single and a walk, but more than likely they'll be asking them to bunt here. The numbers for John Lockwood this season, pretty darn good. 6-2 record in 29 relief appearances and a .364 earned run average. Outfield straight away. Middle infield at double play depth, and Johnson guarding the line and in on the grass at 3rd. And Leahy not going to show bunt. Took the fastball up high and the count 1-0. Lockwood in 59 1/3 innings has given up 24 earned runs and only 44 hits. There's a line drive into right field. Soft little single that will jump down on the first base line. Hit and run was on. Fuller will get to 3rd. And the Quakes eschewing the sacrifice bunt. Let Leahy swing away, and he comes through with a base hit to right. And now the Quakes with runners on the corners and nobody out here in the top of the 7th. And now Josh LeBlanc comes to the plate. So Lockwood in some trouble. Has given up back-to-back singles to start this 7th inning, and the Quakes with a great opportunity, if they can just do the situationally correct thing, to retake the lead here in the top of the 7th. Josh LeBlanc in from the left side. He has grounded out and popped up. First offering, fastball outside from Lockwood, and the count 1-0. Lockwood with 53 strikeouts in 59 1/3 innings, but 37 walks. So less than a 2-to-1 ratio of strikeouts to walks, but opponents only hitting .212 against them. There's the 1-0 on the ground to the first baseman, Easley. Going to come home because Fuller was coming home on contact. Now they've got Fuller hung up between 3rd and home, and the catcher, Oliveros, will tag him out as Leahy goes to 3rd and LeBlanc goes to 2nd. It will be a fielder's choice for LeBlanc. Fuller will be out on the play. I believe it'll go 3-2-5-3. Should go Easley to Oliveros to Brent Johnson, the 3rd baseman, then back to Oliveros, who apply the tag. So that's what we'll go with. 3-2-5-3. With Leahy going to 3rd on the fielder's choice, then LeBlanc to 2nd on the fielder's choice. So the Quakes still with a chance as the catcher Oliveros goes out for a talk with John Lockwood. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes baseball brought to you in part by Round Table Pizza of Rancho Cucamonga. Bring in your Quakes ticket stub, get yourself a large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 plus tax. Visit Round Table at 7201 Archibald Avenue or give them a call, 980-8040, the number for delivery. So here's Sutton in from the left side. Corners in, middle back. And here's a ground ball pulled to the first baseman, Easley again. And he's got runners hung up on the base pass, and now Leahy's caught between third and home. Still in the pickle. Runners are at second and third, and Leahy will eventually get tagged out by Reed Eastley. Another fielder's choice. Leahy just going to write out in my scorebook. It got hit to Eastley, then Eastley was the one who tagged him. Leahy stayed in that rundown for a long time. At least LeBlanc got to third. Sutton goes to second. But now there are two gone. And Freddy Sandoval has to come through here. Tied at 2 in the top of the 7th. And Lockwood missing low and inside for ball 1. Quakes had a runner at third with nobody out in this inning. Still have not scored. 1-0 to Sandoval. Check the swing. Fastball missed down and in. It's 2 balls and no strikes. The Quakes like to be aggressive. They like to go home on contact from third base. But both times, the middle infield has been playing back. The corners have been in. And the Quakes have grounded out to first. Fastball down low, and it's 3-0 now. First base is open. This may be, I doubt they do the old intentional walk with Rodriguez waiting on deck, but who knows? Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, 3-0. There's a fastball strike to Sandoval. The count 3-1. Freddy Sandoval tonight has flied out 3 times. Once to right, once to center, and once to left. There's the 3-1. Swung on and fouled off of his foot at home plate. He goes down in a heap. Now gets back up and will try to walk it off. And it's full on Sandoval, 3-2. LeBlanc, the runner at third. Sutton, the man at second. Quakes had a great opportunity here in the top of the 7th and trying not to squander it. 3-2. Fastball inside. That's ball 4. So Sandoval draws a walk. And now they're loaded for Sean Rodriguez. And this is a guy that you want at the plate if you're a Quakes fan. Team leader with a .311 batting average. Team leader with 20 home runs. Team leader with 63 RBIs. And a chance to come through here. He's looking for his first hit of the game. He has struck out twice and walked once. Right-hander against right-hander. Lockwood still from the stretch, even with the bases loaded here in the top of the 7th. First pitch swinging in the air, right field. Towards the line, and this one will get foul and out of play. Nice catch by a fan there on the grass. And the count 0-1. A .311 average for Rodriguez, 10th best in the league. And he's first among active players with those 20 home runs. Mark Reynolds has 23. He's been called up. Here's a line drive over a leaping Eastley and into right field, and Rodriguez comes through. LeBlanc is home. Sutton is home. A single for Rodriguez as he's out at second base. Colton gets him as he was sliding head first into second base. But you know what? The Quakes will take it. A 2-run single down the right field line for Sean Rodriguez. He's out 9-6 at second base. But the Quakes retake the lead. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left. Fans, you know what time it is. Get on up, stretch them out. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Quakes back on top, 4-2.
Are you not finding what you want as you search for furniture? Search no more. Stop by Route 66 Memories and Rustic Furniture. We offer a unique selection of rustic furniture. Route 66 memorabilia, tiki bars, bamboo gazebos and palapas, and tiki poles. You'll also find custom-made sheet metal dinosaurs and other animals. Pottery, patio furniture, and fountains, too. Stop by 10150 Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga. Route 66 Memories and Rustic Furniture. Something for everyone. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
It's the bottom of the 7th. Top of the order, due up for Inland Empire, and the Quakes back on top with a 4-2 lead, and Nick Adenhart back out there for the Qs. Johnson, Valbuena, and Easley 1, 2, and 3 for Inland Empire. The line scores are identical in every category except the runs count. Both clubs with 7 hits, both clubs with 1 error, but the Quakes up 4-2 where it counts. First pitch, a fastball inside to Brent Johnson, and the count 1-0. Johnson, Valbuena, and Easley 1, 2, and 3 for the 66ers here in the bottom of the 7th. Right-hander against right-hander. Here's a ground ball. Foul ball just outside the third base bag. As Bradley Lawhead, the home plate umpire, made that call immediately. Crowd, you can hear them. They're booing. But no argument from Gary Thurman, who was right there at third base, the manager for Inland Empire. And the count evens up on Brent Johnson, 1-1. Johnson 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the second. Fastball down low, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Johnson hitting .284 this year. 2-1 on the ground sharply, but right at Ryan Leahy. Picks, throws, got him. 4-3, the scoring right there, and the leadoff man gone for the Sixers here in the bottom of the 7th. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes baseball brought to you in part by our good friends at Esther Tacos in Upland. Serving authentic Mexican food 7 days a week. Esther's features tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and fajitas. Give them a call at 946-8111 for catering information, or visit Esther Tacos in the Red Hill Shopping Center on the corner of Foothill and Grove and enter to win free Quakes tickets. Valbuena showing bunt. Pulled it back, and Adenhart missed low with a fastball. The count 1-0. Valbuena in from the left side. He's 0 for 3. Has grounded out, popped up, and flied to center. Another one down low from Adenhart, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball downstairs, 3-0 to count. Now a couple of pitchers getting warmed up for the Quakes. Still the right-hander. Earlier I said that was pulling. I'm going to change my mind. I think that might be Rafael Cruz now. 3-0. There's a strike in the outside corner. Valbuena's ready to toss his bat away, and the count 3-1. So I believe Cruz is getting ready. The left-hander who's getting loose is Brad Beck. That I'm positive of. 3-1. Ground ball to the right side. Handled by Leahy once again at second base. Picks, throws, got him. So back-to-back 4-3 groundouts from Johnson and Valbuena. And 2 gone here in the bottom of the 7th. Quakes up 4-2. Trying to take 2 out of 3 from Inland Empire. They took 2 out of 3 from the Sixers the last time we were here. Took 4 out of 5 from Inland Empire. The last time these two teams played over at the Epicenter. It was back just before the 4th of July weekend. Here's Reed Eastley in from the left side. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch swinging, and a chopper to Leahy, charging in at second base from the infield grass. Picks, throws, got him. 3 ground ball outs, all to Ryan Leahy, and Inland Empire goes in order here in the bottom of the 7th. Nice inning of work from Nick Adenhart right there. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Get the offense back to the plate and try and get some more breathing room. To the 8th we go. Quakes on top, 4-2.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should come down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Fans, for all your real estate needs, call Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-373-1768. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call on the name you can trust. Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. With multiple offices to serve the Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County areas, they can help you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing. That's Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. Call them at 909-373-1768. Again, 909-373-1768.
Top of the 8th, and the Quakes on top 4-2. Trying to improve to 12-6 this year against Inland Empire. And if memory serves for the Quakes, it would also be their 11th win in the last 14 games against the 66ers. As Michael Collins stands in from the right side to begin things, John Lockwood on for his second inning of relief and fires a four-seam fastball past a swinging Michael Collins. And the count 0-1. Tubby, Remo, and Riley. 4, 5, and 6 for the Quakes here in the top of the 8th. Right-hander against right-hander. Lockwood working from the windup. Roxton deals the 0-1 inside out it, and sharply past the first baseman, Reed Eastley. That's down the right field line. Only a single for Michael Collins, as Chris Colton, the right fielder, got over there quickly. But all the same, Michael Collins with a leadoff single here in the 8th. This is the 4th straight inning in which the Quakes have gotten the leadoff man on. The first 4 innings, never got the leadoff man on. Now the last 4, leadoff man aboard every single time. And Michael Collins has 2 hits in this one. So Collins 2 for 4, and now Remily will dig in from the left side. Singled and scored in the 2nd. Since then has grounded out twice, including once in a double play. Lockwood from the stretch, fastball down and in. And Rarely have to get his legs out of the way. The count, a ball and no strikes. Cliff hitting .299. 2 homers, 29 driven in. This one hit sharply but foul outside the first base bag. And it'll even up on Remley, a ball and a strike. Again, fans, this is the last time we come here. Short of meeting in the playoffs, which, yeah, it's a possibility. Quakes have some work to do, but there's still time. That's the thing that we have to remember. There's still time. There's so much time still. 1-1. Here's a line drive fair down the third base line. Extra bases potentially for Remley, as Womack will pick it up in the left field bullpen, and it is a double for Cliff Remley. So Collins went the opposite way for his single inside the first base bag, and now Remley goes the opposite way for a double inside the third base bag. And the Quakes have been at second and third and nobody out here in the top of the eighth. And Cliff Remley has a couple of hits. A double for Remo, his 12th of the year. And now the Sixers will draw the infield in against Pat Riley. He's in from the left side. Hit by a pitch. Scored a run in the second, since then has struck out twice. First offering. Swing and a miss on a fastball. The count 0-1. Great opportunity for the Quakes to get some breathing room here. All Riley's looking to do is get the ball in the air, send it into the outfield, and score Collins from third. 2-run lead is nice. 3 is even better. 4-1. 0-1 popped him up on the infield. The first baseman Easley will make the catch maybe 30 feet from home plate, right on the first base line. Riley got it in the air, but pops up, and that's the first out here in the top of the eighth. So now we'll see what Cody Fuller can do. Sixers will keep the infield in. Cody 1 for 3, singled his last time up in the seventh. Quakes got 2 in the second and 2 more in the seventh. Collins at third, Remley at second. Those are the base runners. Cody Fuller calls time and steps out. Right-hander against right-hander. Lockwood from the stretch. First offering in the air, right field. Hit pretty well over towards the line. Colton will dive. Can't come up with it. This should score a pair. Collins is home. Remley being waved around third. Relay throw will be cut off. That should be a triple for Cody Fuller. He's all the way to third. And the Quakes are on top now 6-2. Can't fault the effort from Chris Colton. Tried to make a diving catch down the right field line, but came up empty, and Cody Fuller with a 2-run triple gives the Quakes a 6-2 lead. For Fuller, his third triple of the year, RBIs, for Fuller, third triple, RBIs 28 and 29. Now here's Ryan Leahy. Another insurance run at third base. Infield still drawn in. And Leahy takes the fastball for a called strike 1. Leahy's been aboard all 3 times. RBI single in the second, a walk in the fifth, and then a hit and run single his last time up in the 7th inning. 0-1, curveball up and in. And it's even now, a ball and a strike. Rhino hitting .247, no homers, 25 RBIs. His time is called at the plate. And now the catcher, Luis Oliveros, will go out for a talk with Lockwood. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by Bobby Bajas in Rancho Cucamonga, offering the best tri-tip California barbecue and Baja street food in the Inland Empire. Let Bobby Bajas cater to your family just like they cater to the Quakes press box. Bobby Bajas on the corner of Foothill and Vineyard in Rancho Cucamonga. Or give them a call at 989-9925. There's Leahy in from the right side once again. Fastball on the inside corner. And the count now 1-2. Outfield straight away. Again, the infield drawn in. 1-2. Reached at and poked into right center field. That'll drop for a base hit. Cody Fuller comes home. Leahy with a 3-hit game, his second RBI single of the night. And the Quakes now on top 7-2. And again, Leahy does it with 2 strikes on him. His first RBI single in the second on a 1-2 pitch. This one here in the 8th on a 1-2 pitch. RBI number 26 for Ryan Leahy this season. And how about the Quakes putting up 5 runs on John Lockwood? Lockwood so far the only relief pitcher used by Inland Empire tonight. Aaron Jensen turned in a quality start. 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, 1 of them earned. And Lockwood came in with an ERA of 3.64. And opponents were only hitting .212 against him. But the Quakes have gotten 5 runs on 7 hits against him so far. Now this one came down and in and hit Josh LeBlanc right on the foot. As he's hopping around, he'll fling the bat away and take his base over at first. So LeBlanc hit by the pitch. Well, turn it back to the top of the order with Nate Sutton. And no action in the Inland Empire bullpen. Which is kind of surprising because the Quakes have John Lockwood's number here. Fastball inside to Sutton and the count 1-0. 2 runs on 3 hits in the 7th to retake a 4-2 lead. After Inland Empire had tied it at 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss by Sutton. The count even at 1-1. And now 3 runs on 4 hits so far here in the 8th. First and second and only 1 out. And now some action will begin for Inland Empire. Lockwood with a check of the runners. 1-1 to Sutton. Curveball pops him up. Back behind home plate. Oliveros with the mask off will make the catch. So Sutton pops up, and that's the second out here in the top of the 8th. So here's Freddy Sandoval. 2 on and 2 out. Freddy walked his last time up. He is 0 for 3 with that walk. But it was a big walk. He was up with runners at second and third and 2 away. Drew the walk, which got Sean Rodriguez to the plate, and Rodriguez then came through with a 2-run single down the right field line to break that 2-2 tie. Curveball outside to Sandoval. The count 1-0. This has been a nice little stretch for the Quakes offense in the 7th and here in the 8th. 1-0. Swing and a miss on a changeup. It's even at a ball and a strike. Sandoval, the 8th man to hit for the Quakes here in this 8th inning. Swing and a miss. And it is 1-2 now. Brad Beck continues to throw in the Quakes bullpen. One, 2. Fastball inside. It's even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's the 2-2. Ripped into right field. A base hit for Sandoval. Leahy is waved around third. Here comes the throw from Chris Colton at the plate, and Leahy trying to run over Luis Oliveros. And Leahy took the brunt of that collision. Leahy, generously listed at 5'10", did not have much of a chance against Luis Oliveros, who is 6'1". So give Sandoval a single, and Leahy is out at the plate 9-2, and that will end the inning for the Quakes. But Rancho Cucamonga gets 3 insurance runs on 5 hits. No Inland Empire errors. 2 runners are left aboard. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Quakes in the last 2 innings have broken this game wide open. They now lead it 7-2.
Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
Are you looking to buy a home? Do you have little or no money to put down? Have you been turned down before? Then discover the unlimited possibilities at Infinity Mortgage Capital Incorporated. We can help you find your dream home and list your current home. We feature rock-bottom rates, cash out for any reason, first and second mortgages, lines of credit, and no income verification. We're Infinity Mortgage Capital, and we can help no matter what your situation. Give us a call at 909-483-5000 or see us online at infinitymtg.com.
In baseball, there are day games, night games, and even the occasional twilight doubleheader. But you'll never see a first thing in the morning game. That's because mornings are for Farmer John. Whether it's delicious hardwood smoked bacon, savory sausage, or juicy ham steaks, they're all made fresh right here in the Southland. There's even Farmer John quick serve bacon and sausage. It's ready in seconds. So share your afternoons and evenings with the Quakes. But mornings are for you and Farmer John. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Bottom of the 8th, and Chris Colton leading off for Inland Empire against the new left-hander Brad Beck for the Quakes. With a fastball for a call, strike 1. Colton, Craig, and Arroyo, 4, 5, and 6 for Inland Empire here in the 8th inning. Quakes up 7-2. Swung on and foul right back to the screen. 0-2 now. So, close the book on Nick Adenhart, who turns in a quality start. 7 innings. Gave up 2 runs on 7 hits. A couple of walks and 3 strikeouts. And Adenhart retired the last 5 men that he faced. Curveball inside from Beck, a ball and 2 strikes. So again, Adenhart in line for his 3rd win of the year. It would be his 13th overall, counting the 10 that he had down in Cedar Rapids. 1-2 to Colton, popped him up. He'll carry out into shallow left field. Sandoval out into foul ground. The Quakes' 3rd baseman will make the catch. Colton pops up, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Again, Adenhart, 7 innings, 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and he also hit 1 back. So here's Brad Beck. Got the first out here in the 8th. As Casey Craig will stand in from the left side. Brad Beck, 5'11", 185. He's from Arlington, Virginia. Only 21 years old, signed as a free agent back in 2004. And a swing and a miss on the changeup. Count 0-1 on Casey Craig. Brad Beck, 0-1 with a 2.08 earned run average. That's in 11 previous relief outings. Fastball on the inside corner. The count 0-2 on Craig. Casey Craig has been aboard all 3 times tonight. Once on a bunt, once on a hit by pitch, and he walked and scored his last time up in the 6th, the 0-2. Curveball down and in. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beck has given up just 3 runs in 13 innings of work. Exactly a 2-to-1 ratio of strikeouts to walks. 8 Ks and 4 bases on balls. Curveball outside, 2-2 the count. One final note. Opponent's hitting .271 against Brad Beck. 2-2. Fastball high and away. That's full now on Craig, 3-2. Back from the wind. Payoff pitch in the air. Routine center field. LeBlanc over towards left center. He'll make the catch, no problem. Casey Craig retired on a fly ball to his counterpart, Josh LeBlanc. And they're 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by Red Hill Barbecue of Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 8111 Foothill Boulevard on the corner of Foothill and Grove. Red Hill Barbecue is the home of the $3.99 lunch special. Give them a call at 920-0558 for catering information, or visit Red Hill Barbecue from 11 to 9 Monday through Thursday and 11 to 10 Friday and Saturday. So here's Jack Arroyo. Quakes up 7-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Arroyo first pitch swinging, a sharp ground ball to Sandoval. Moving to his left, picks, throws, got him. Score that one 5-3. Nicely done by Sandoval, and a perfect inning of relief for Brad Beck here in the 8th. As the Sixers go in order, that's now 8 straight outs for Quakes pitching. The last 5 by Adenhart and 3 for Beck here in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the 9th we go. Quakes rolling right along. They're on top 7-2.
It's your first game. You got your glove?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, bright blue sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's that peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by Charles Fisher at America's Lending, on the cutting edge of mortgage financing. By Shelton's Poultry, celebrating over 80 years of being a proud American business. By Cherry Blossom Furniture Collection, dreams turning into reality. And by First Watch Home Inspections. We never stop working for you.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes of the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
Top of the 9th, Quakes on top 7-2, and Joseph Worman on for the Inland Empire 66ers. They're in the top of the 9th. It was not pretty for John Lockwood in this ball game. Quakes in 2 innings against Lockwood sent 14 men to the plate, 6 in the 7th and 8 in the 8th. They scored 5 runs on 8 hits in those 2 innings against John Lockwood. No walk. It's going to be 1 walk, no strikeouts, and a hit batter. The final line for John Lockwood as the Quakes break open a 2-2 game and now lead at 7-2 here in the top of the 9th. Sean Rodriguez leads things off, and a fastball behind Rodriguez from Joe Worman on the first pitch. And the count 1-0. Rodriguez, Collins, and Remley 3, 4, and 5. And here's the fastball at the knees for a called strike 1. Joseph Worman from Coronado, California, 6'3", 200 pounds, an 11th round pick back in 2003. This one flashed foul down the right field side, and the count 1-2. Worman on the year, 1-0 with a 3.60 earned run average. This is his 10th relief appearance. Rodriguez calls time. Will wipe his eyes. Worman in 10 innings has given up 4 runs on a dozen hits, 9 strikeouts and 7 walks. 1-2. Slider missed outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. One final note, opponents hitting an even 300 against Joseph Worman. Right-hander against right-hander. And now the catcher, Luis Oliveros, wants time. Now Worman's ready. And the 2-2 fouled off. We'll do it again. Quakes on their way to taking 2 out of 3 from the 66ers in this series. And again, that would move Rancho Cucamonga to 12-6 against Inland Empire this year. Here's a little flare, shallow center field. Going out and making the catch is Jack Arroyo as he avoided the center fielder Casey Craig, who was coming in. That had danger written all over it, but Arroyo makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch. Out in shallow center field. And Rodriguez retired for the first out here in the top of the ninth. Now here's Michael Collins. He's 2 for 4. Flied out his first 2 times up. Has singled in his last 2 at-bats. There's offering fastball on the inside corner. And the count 0-1. 2 hits for Michael Collins today. Mark his 28th multi-hit game of the season. 0-1. Down and in. And even now, at a ball and a strike. Bouncer foul into the seats off a couple of pairs of hands. Above the Sixers dugout on the third base side, and it's 1-2 on Michael Collins. Breaks tomorrow. Send the right-hander Carl Jelena to the hill. And the first time of a 4-game series with Lake Elsinore down at the Diamond. 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, but the ball gets past Luis Oliveros. Now he can't pick it up behind home plate. And that should be a strikeout pass ball combination. Well, that's what we're going to go with. First strikeout for Werman, but the Quakes get a base runner here in the top of the ninth. Here's Remily. He's got a couple of hits tonight. Singled and scored in the second, doubled and scored in the eighth. Fastball down low, and it's 1-0. For Remo, his 24th multi-hit game of the year. Bounce the ball foul off the first base side, over the Quakes dugout and into the first row of seats. On the count, he is even now 1-1. From Rohrman, and a slow chopper to the second baseman Royal. He'll flip to second and get the out. No relay throw coming from Valbuena, the shortstop. So a fielder's choice. Collins out on the play 4-6. With Cliff Remily safe at first. So now 2 gone here in the top of the ninth. Quakes up 7-2. And Pat Riley will come to the plate. Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth, Inland Empire will have the bottom third of the order due up. 7, 8, and 9 trio of Oliveros, Womack, and Tucker. Fastball down low, and the count 1-0. Pat Riley 0 for 3. Been hit by a pitch and has scored a run. On a fastball there, and even up, had a ball and a strike. One fastball inside. And it's 2 balls and a strike now. Riley, the runner on first, 2-1. Swung on and fouled at the plate by Pat Riley. And it's even up at 2-2. Quakes on their way to their 3rd win in their last 4 ball games. Well, again, it's going to be tough down in Lake Elsinore. Quakes have not fared well against the Storm this year, just 4-10. Line drive caught by the first baseman, Reed Easley. And that will do it for the Quakes here in the top of the 9th. Riley hit it well, but Easley was right there. And the Quakes retired here in the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Quakes 3 outs away from a victory on top of the 66ers, 7-2.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 9th inning here in Inland Empire, and the Quakes have brought on the right-hander Rafael Cruz to try to get the final 3 outs. Brad Beck with a perfect inning of relief in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no walks, and no strikeouts. And here in the 9th, Cruz will face Oliveros, Womack, and Tucker, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Take a look at some big league scores for you. We mentioned at the top of this broadcast the job that young Jared Weaver did for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim today. Parent Club getting a 3-1 win in Kansas City to move to 50-48 on the year. And Jared Weaver becomes the first rookie in 25 years to win his first 7 starts. He is 7-0. Francisco Rodriguez, K-Rod, closed it out for his 25th save of the year. And the Halos split that 4-game series with Kansas City, winning the final 2 games. The final score today, 3-1 over in Kansas City. As Oliveros is in for the right side. First pitch swinging and a ground ball to Sandoval at third base. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 5-3. That's 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th for Rafael Cruz. Other finals? Let's see if we can get through the entire big league scoreboard in a half inning. Got 2 outs to go. We'll start with the important one. Milwaukee. About time they got a win. Avoided a sweep at the hands of the Cincinnati Reds, 4-1. The final in Cincinnati today. Milwaukee gets the win behind Tomo Oka, who goes a season-high 8 innings and improves to 3-1 in his second start since coming off the DL. There's a fastball down low to Josh Womack in the count 1-0. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Womack 1 for 3 with a run scored. That was back in the second inning. This one in the air, over a leaping Sean Rodriguez, and into left field. A base hit for Womack, and one on with one out for the Sixers here in the bottom of the ninth. They trail by 5. So Milwaukee gets the win. Oka the victor in that one. Eric Milton takes the loss, and Dan Kolb with his first save of the year, as Derek Turnbow, the All-Star, has lost his job closing for the Brewers. So they're turning it back over to Dan Kolb, who was 2 years removed from the season in which he saved 39 games for the Brewers. Then, of course, went over to Atlanta and had a disastrous season for the Braves, and now is back with the Brewers. Swinging the ball foul was played by J.B. Tucker, in the count 0-1. Let's see. Minnesota defeated Cleveland 3-1. Francisco Liriano improves to 12-2 as he strikes out 10 in that ball game. Cleveland, looked like they were making a run there for a little while, but they're back to 11 games under 500 now, 43-54. Minnesota 15 over at 56-41. 0-1 to Tucker. Up and in, and the ball and a strike. Jake Westbrook takes the loss. Joe Nathan the save for the Twins in that one. Detroit doubles up Oakland 8-4. Home runs from Bobby Kilty and the former Kinston Indian Marco Scudero. Not enough for the A's as they fall 8-4 in Detroit. This one fouled off to the right. It's 1-2. Toronto defeats the Yankees 13-5 north of the border. Vernon Wells has 2 home runs in that one, 26 on the year. Troy Gloss, former Angel, his 26th of the season as well. With Eric Hinsky, the Nashua, Wisconsin's own, adding a homer, and so did Russ Johnson. So 5 home runs for the Blue Jays in that one. Here's a ground ball left side, handled by Rodriguez. Will eschew the out at second, said go the long way and take the sure out at first. J.B. Tucker grounds out 6-3. Josh Womack goes to second, and now the Sixers down to their final out here in the bottom of the ninth. The Quakes on top 7-2. Toronto gets the win. Sidney Ponson takes the loss for the Yankees in that one. Washington sweeps the Chicago Cubs with a 7-1 win at RFK today. Tony Armas Jr. with his 7th win of the year. Nationals get home runs from Alfonso Soriano, his 31st, and the former Kinston Indian Ryan Church, his 5th of the year. Here's Brent Johnson, leadoff man in for the right side, 1 for 4 with an RBI single back in the second. Rafael Cruz on with a fastball upstairs, the count 1-0. Florida wins it in walk-off fashion with a run in the bottom of the ninth to defeat Pittsburgh 5-4. Joe Borowski the win. Hermida and Dan Ugla with home runs. Here's a ground ball to short. Picks, throws, got him to Sean Rodriguez. Brent Johnson grounds out 6-3, and that will do it for this ball game. Rafael Cruz with a quiet bottom of the ninth gets the final 3 outs, and the Quakes take 2 out of 3 from Inland Empire to start this week-long road trip in style. Quakes now 12-6 against the 66ers on the season, and they have won 3 out of 4. Inland Empire in the ninth, no runs a hit, no errors, and 1 left. Final score tonight, Quakes 7 and the 66ers 2. We'll step aside for a minute and a half, come back with the post-game totals, and we'll wrap things up from here at Arrowhead Credit Union Park. And the final score, Rancho Cucamonga 7, Inland Empire 2. Quakes take 2 out of 3 in this series. We'll be back in a minute and a half. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
Pure energy.
Sheer excitement.
Sky Sailing at the Warner Springs Airport offers you the chance to enjoy the grace, freedom, and joy of soaring.
Sky Sailing offers rides for 1 or 2 passengers in a sailplane.
Mention this radio station and get 15% off a 40-minute ride.
Give that someone special a flight ticket or treat yourself to the panoramic view of the backcountry in a sailplane.
Call Sky Sailing at 760-782-0404. That's 760-782-0404.
Open 9 to 5 every day.
For more information, go to www.skysailing.com.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with their baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada, because when you stay any 6 nights with them through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Visit them today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rate. Hey folks, Rob Sinclair here to tell you about the good people at Nationwide Surveys and what they can do for your business. They can handle customer surveys, employee feedback, and even online and on-site data collection. That's Nationwide Surveys, reliable feedback, fast. Call them today at 1-800-252-0640 or visit them at nationwidesurveys.com. That's 800-252-0640 or online at nationwidesurveys.com.
Welcome back to Arrowhead Credit Union Park. Quakes defeat Inland Empire by a final count of 7-2 tonight, and take 2 out of 3 in this series as they're having a car giveaway down on the field. So somebody's going to win a hybrid, because it's a Toyota hybrid. I'm not sure who makes those. Anyway, they're giving away a car down on the field, so if you hear a big roar from the fans, it means somebody just won the car. Well, the Quakes get the victory tonight. 13-17 are the Quakes now in the second half. They improve to 45-55 overall. Rancho Cucamonga wins it with 7 runs on 12 hits. They committed 1 error, and they left 7 runners on base, 4 of them in scoring position. Inland Empire drops back to the 500 mark with a loss. 66ers now 14-14 in the second half, 53-45 overall. They won it with 2 runs on 8 hits. They finished with 2 runs on 8 hits. Committed 1 error, left 8 men on base, 6 of them in scoring position. The winner tonight for the Quakes is the right-hander Nick Adenhart. He improves to 3-1 in a Quakes uniform. And again, overall for Adenhart, his 13th win of the season. And if you count the 10 victories that he had down in low A Cedar Rapids to begin this year, Adenhart turns in a quality start, goes 7 innings, gave up 2 runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts, as he was outstanding in this one. Worked into some trouble, got out of it. We'll take a look at that, obviously, coming up in the Yellow Book USA postgame show. But Adenhart gets the win. John Lockwood takes the loss in relief after Aaron Jensen turned in a quality start for Inland Empire. Lockwood came on in the 7th in a 2-2 game, lost the lead, gave up 5 runs in 2 innings of work to take the loss. He falls to 6-3. Those 2 innings, gives up 5 runs on 8 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts for John Lockwood, as his ERA goes up basically 2/3 of a run in 1 inning. He takes the loss, and there was no save in this one. So again, Rancho Cucamonga gets the victory. Quakes now 13-17 in the second half, 45-55 overall. 7 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, and 7 left. Inland Empire falls to 14-14 in the second half, 53-45 overall. 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 8 left. On the personal side of things, Nick Adenhart gets the win. He's now 3-1. John Lockwood takes the loss. He is 6-3, and there was no save in this one. Fans, go ahead and say so long for right now, but don't go anywhere, because the Yellow Book USA postgame show is coming up next. We'll come back, take a look at how the runs were scored in this one. Also go through what the Quakes did individually in this ball game and get you all caught up with the scores from around the rest of the California League. That's coming up in a couple of minutes. Final score tonight, Quakes win it 7-2. So long for now. Yellow Book USA postgame show is coming up next. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball has been brought to you in part by the Ontario Airport Marriott, Vineyard Bank, Charter Media, Galliano Winery, the City of Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sprint, Chipotle, Red Roof Inn, the City of Rancho Cucamonga, Allstate Insurance, Farmer John, Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and NationwideSurveys.com. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next. The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, yellow book, not the other book. Florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bomb there, wide web. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, yellow book. Let your fingers do the walking, yellow book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Welcome to the Yellow Book USA post-game show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. This is Quakes Baseball.
Fans, welcome back. Yellow Book USA post-game show is on the air, where tonight we celebrate a 7-2 victory for Rancho Cucamonga over their rivals to the east, the Inland Empire 66ers. Quakes have now, if memory serves, taken 11 of the last 14 against Inland Empire. They are 12-6 against the 66ers on the year. Now the Quakes win their third in their last 4 tries overall, dating back to taking the final game against Stockton in that series at home, and now 2 out of 3 here over the weekend in San Bernardino. Let's take a look at how the runs were scored in this ball game. Quakes opened the scoring with a couple of runs in the top of the second. Cliff Remley with one away, single to right. Then Pat Riley was hit by a pitch. That gave the Quakes runners at first and second. Cody Fuller then struck out, and Ryan Leahy came to the plate, was behind in the count 1-2. And we talked about this during the game, folks. Ryan Leahy does such a good job of putting the ball in play, of making contact. And if he doesn't in this situation, the entire complexion of the ball game has changed. Runners at first and second, 2 out, a 1-2 count on Leahy. And what does he do? He gets a piece of it. You know, I mean, he didn't rip the ball, but he sent it back up the middle. Then next thing you know, it takes a weird hop off the pitcher's mound, eats up Jack Arroyo, the second baseman. That allows Remley to score. Casey Craig comes charging in from center field. He bobbles the ball. That allows Pat Riley to score. And just like that, the Quakes had a 2-0 lead. And it's because Ryan Leahy hates to strike out. You know, if he went up there and said, "Oh, you know, whatever, I'm not going to change my approach. I'm still going to, you know, try to drive the ball," you know, maybe he strikes out. But like I say, to hear Leahy talk about it, he says the worst feeling for him is walking back to the dugout after striking out. He said, you know, you don't give yourself a chance if you strike out. You put the ball in play, at least something good can happen. Like I say, it doesn't mean that it will, but something good can happen when you put the ball in play. That's exactly what he did. And again, takes a weird hop off the pitcher's mound, goes into center field. 2 runs come in to score, an RBI single for Leahy. Just like that, Quakes are on top 2-0. That was all they would get for a while. They would not score again until the 7th. And in the meantime, Inland Empire was able to chip away and tie the ball game. They got a run back right away in the bottom of the second. Josh Womack reached on an infield single to Freddy Sandoval on third, went to second on a ground out, and then scored on an RBI base hit by Brent Johnson. Then Nick Adenhart worked out of some trouble in the third. This was after he left the bases loaded in the first. Gave up that run in the second, left guys at first and second in the third. Perfect innings in the fourth and fifth, but then ran into trouble in the sixth. Walked Casey Craig on 5 pitches to start the inning. Then a single by Arroyo moved Craig to third, and then Oliveros came through with a squeeze bunt to score Casey Craig. That tied it at 2. And at this point, Inland Empire, it was not looking good for the Quakes. They had runners at the corners with nobody out. They had just tied the game, and you think to yourself, uh-oh, you know, is Inland Empire going to come back here? Are they going to take the lead? Well, no, they wouldn't. They had Arroyo at third, Oliveros at first, and Josh Womack at the plate. With a count full, Adenhart struck out Josh Womack. Oliveros was then caught stealing. And the Quakes did a good job of looking Arroyo back to third the entire time, not failing to pay attention to him and allowing him to come in to score. So a really nice job by the Quakes as they got Oliveros in a rundown between first and second. Just like that, you go from having guys on the corners with nobody out to a runner at third with 2 outs, and then Adenhart came back and struck out J.B. Tucker to end the inning, and then the tide turned for the Quakes in the top of the 7th. Aaron Jensen exited. John Lockwood was the first man out of the bullpen, and the Quakes did a lot of damage against John Lockwood in the first 2 innings. In the 7th, they got leadoff singles from Cody Fuller and Ryan Leahy. That put runners at the corners with nobody out, but then a couple of fielders' choices resulted in a couple of runners being thrown out at the plate. Fuller tried to come home on contact on a ground ball by LeBlanc. He was thrown out at the plate. Then Leahy tried to come home on contact on a ground ball by Nate Sutton to the first baseman Eastley. And Leahy got thrown out at the plate after a rundown. But Quakes had runners at second and third with 2 away. Sandoval drew a big walk that loaded the bases, extended the inning, gave Sean Rodriguez a chance, and you know what? He's the team leader in batting average, home runs, and RBI for a reason, folks. He came through with a 2-run single down the right field line. LeBlanc and Sutton both came home to score. Just like that, a 2-2 game turned into a 4-2 Quakes lead. And after Nick Adenhart worked a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 7th, got the offense right back up to the plate, and they picked up right where they left off, scoring 3 runs against John Lockwood in the 8th. Collins led off with a single. Remily then doubled. Cody Fuller hit a 2-run triple, and Ryan Leahy came through with an RBI single. Big night for Leahy. 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a walk. He gets on base all 4 times that he comes to the plate. Quakes get 3 runs there in the 8th, break it open, and go on to a 7-2 win. A really nice win for the Quakes. That's a couple of really nice wins in this series. And hey, how about the bullpen in the 2 wins? And remember, the bullpen did not pitch yesterday because Francisco Rodriguez went the distance, but they got the final 7 outs to preserve the win back on Friday night. And here tonight, the final 6 outs, 2 scoreless innings, 1 from Beck and the other from Rafael Cruz. So nice work by the bullpen as the Quakes win it here 7-2. Let's go ahead, step aside for 60 seconds. We'll come back, take a look at what the Quakes did individually in this ball game. That's coming up in 1 minute. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
Welcome back. Yellow Books USA post-game show is on the air where tonight the Quakes defeat Inland Empire by a final count of 7-2. Let's take a look at what the Quakes did individually in this ball game. Nate Sutton in the top spot goes 1 for 5 with an infield single and a run scored. Freddy Sandoval 1 for 4 with a single and a walk. Sean Rodriguez went 1 for 4, his 1 hit, that clutch 2-run single to break open the 2-2 tie in the top of the 7th. He finishes 1 for 4 with a walk. He also struck out twice. Michael Collins in the middle of the order has a nice ball game, a 2-hit night for Michael Collins. He goes 2 for 5 with a run scored. Cliff Remily also had 2 hits. He goes 2 for 5, a single, a double, and 2 runs scored. Pat Riley 0 for 4 was hit by a pitch, scored a run. Cody Fuller, he has 2 hits, a single in the first, then a 2-run triple, and a run scored in the 8th. He finishes 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, and a run scored for Cody Fuller. Ryan Leahy, we talked about the night that he had 3 for 3, 3 singles, 2 RBIs, and a walk. He gets on base all 4 times that he comes to the plate. And Josh LeBlanc goes 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 7th and was hit by a pitch in the 8th. Pitching-wise, Nick Adenhart was fantastic. He goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs on 7 hits with a couple of walks and 3 strikeouts. And I'll tell you what's really impressive for Nick Adenhart. 7 innings, so I mean that's 21 outs that he got. 13 of them were on the ground. He did a great job of keeping the ball down in the zone, getting ground ball outs. Only 4 flyouts, so 13 to 4 in terms of ground outs to flyouts. That's a great start by Nick Adenhart. He gets the win, improves to 3-1. Again, 7 innings, 2 runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Brad Beck, a perfect inning in the 8th, and Rafael Cruz, a scoreless inning in the 9th, just gave up a single to Womack and got 3 ground outs as well. So all told, of the 27 outs that the Quakes got in this ball game, 17 of them came on the ground. That's really nice work by the Quakes pitching staff. That's got to make the pitching coach, Eric Bennett, a very happy man to see numbers like that. Fans, one last 60-second break. We'll come back, take a look at the scores from around the California League, and get you all set up with what you need to know about tomorrow's broadcast as the Quakes open up a 4-game series down in Lake Elsinore against the Lake Elsinore Storm. That'll be coming up in 1 minute. You're listening to the Yellow Book USA post-game show.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, mission tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, Yellow Book, not the other book. Exposers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, Bombay, wide whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, Yellow Book. Let your fingers do the walking, Yellow Book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Fans, welcome back. Yellow Book USA post-game show is on the air, where tonight the Quakes defeat Inland Empire by a final count of 7-2 and continue to play really good baseball against the Inland Empire 66ers. All the other games in the California League have also gone final. And we'll start with a ball game in Lancaster where the Quakes get some help from the Lancaster Jethawks. 6-4, Lancaster over the Lake Elsinore Storm. So the Storm lose, and that means the Quakes gain a game on Lake Elsinore and close to within 4.5 of the Lake Elsinore Storm. A.J. Shappy with the victory for Lancaster up at Clear Channel Stadium in Lancaster tonight. Shappy improves to 7-6. Chris Hiley takes the loss for Lake Elsinore. He's now 5-3. And Matt Elliott with his 19th save of the year. A couple of home runs in that ball game. Chris Rawl, his 8th of the year for the Jethawks. Nick Crosta, his 2nd of the year for Lake Elsinore. But Lancaster defeats the Storm 6-4. And that means the Quakes close to within 4.5 on Lake Elsinore. Elsewhere, High Desert defeated Stockton 13-5. Danny Christensen gets the win. He's now 2-6. And High Desert paced by Brian McFall, who hit his 13th home run of the year. High Desert scored in 6 of the 8 innings in which they hit. 2 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 8th for High Desert as they romp to a 13-5 win over Stockton. And the Mavericks now only 2 games behind Lake Elsinore in the race for first in the Southern Division. So that will certainly be a race that we keep our eye on. Up north in Visalia, San Jose with a 9-3 win over the Oaks tonight. Gregorio Martinez improves to 6-6. Brandon Mann takes the loss for the Oaks. He's now 4-8. And Justin Hedrick with the save, his 5th of the year for San Jose. Offensively for Visalia, Patrick Breen hit his 18th home run of the year, but it's not enough. San Jose rolls to a 9-3 wire-to-wire win. Giants never trailed in that one. And the other ball game, Modesto, this one just went final. They defeat Bakersfield 7-5 up at Modesto. So the Nuts 7 and the Blaze 5, the final score there in Modesto. And there's your look at the California League scoreboard. Fans, let's take a look at what is coming up tomorrow. Game 1 of a 4-game series between the Quakes and the Lake Elsinore Storm. This will be a big series for the Quakes. Like we said, Rancho Cucamonga just 4-10 against Lake Elsinore this season, but they'll come into tomorrow's ball game only 4.5 out. So hey, a chance to make some ground. I mean, if everything goes according to plan, I mean, let's say you sweep Lake Elsinore. Tell you what, by the time you go home, for the last weekend of the month of July, you're a half game out of first. I mean, obviously, you don't want to think about it. You don't want to sit there and say, oh, well, you have to get the sweep, because, no, there's still the entire month of August left to play. But, it's about time the Rancho Cucamonga starts chipping away, and puts himself in a good position so that those last 2 weeks, last week of August, going into that first, the first 4 days of September, Quakes will have a shot. There's still plenty of time, but, a chance to make a statement, potentially go down to the Diamond, maybe take 2 games, maybe take 3, and gain some ground on the Lake Elsinore Storm. Tomorrow's first pitch, set for 7:05, will be on the air at 6:50 with the Quakes on Deck show. Quakes tomorrow will send the right-hander Carl Jelena to the hill. Jelly with a record of 1-4 and a 6.75 earned run average. Not sure who Lake Elsinore is throwing. I've got their rotation, but it's in my email, and unfortunately can't access my email over the internet for some reason. So not really sure who is going to start for Lake Elsinore tomorrow, but we'll figure it out. We'll let you know tomorrow. But we do know that Carl Jelena will go for the Quakes again. He's 1-4, 6.75 ERA. First pitch tomorrow, 7:05. Will be on the air at 6:50 with the Quakes on Deck show. Well, fans, that's the story from here at Arrowhead Credit Union Park in San Bernardino, where tonight the Quakes take 2 out of 3 from Inland Empire by claiming the rubber match of this 3-game series by a final count of 7-2. For everyone who has been a part of this one, especially tonight's producer and director, John Souter, my name is Rob Sinclair, wishing all of you a very pleasant good evening, and reminding you that Quakes Baseball is a presentation of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes and the Quakes Radio Network. Again, the final score here tonight, Rancho Cucamonga 7, Inland Empire 2. So long, everybody. You've been listening to Quakes California League Baseball.
You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. KWRN 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. This has been